I will be your host, Rich Holmes, and today what we're going to talk about is Profit to Prisoner and the complex criminal organization of David E. Taylor, Michelle Brandon, JMMI, and KOGGC. Now, Trip 9 brought up a good point. How did he start? David just came up. It's really weird. He's kind of an anomaly in all of this. He just kind of showed up out of nowhere, and that church in Taylor, he actually swindled that from an older gentleman, okay? So that church in Taylor, David actually took that out from underneath somebody a long time ago. And that's where the main body was always at, was up there at that location. Hey, Fitzhugh, how you doing today? But I did find out there's people at the hotel still, okay? Now, it might be a little discouraging, but let me tell you something. Nobody there is working. The food's going to get scarce real fast. When food becomes an issue and people get hungry, it's going to change really fucking quick, everybody. Okay? This whole grift that David's done has now come unraveled. And that's what we're going to talk about today, okay? What it is, where it's been, what they've been doing, and everything that we've been talking about with relation to the scam. Yeah, Resurrection Media Ministries in Memphis. Exactly. Yes. And so David's originally from Memphis. Let's start with David. He's originally from Memphis, Tennessee, okay? And this originally starts with the deposition. The deposition, the reason it was taken is because Debbie Frazier gave David $1 million+, okay? I know the whole story. We all do. We all do. So Rick deposes David because he wanted to know where the money went. David was a witness. That's it. David was not a criminal. There were no criminal charges brought against him. But because he went in that deposition, everybody, this is really important. David being who he is, him coming out of that deposition and nothing happening, for whatever reason, he felt like he was Mr. Big Balls Johnson, but he's not, okay? He was just a witness. Everybody needs to be real fucking clear about that. Just a witness, no criminal charge ever brought up. And that's one thing the cult always says, oh, well, it wasn't a criminal fucking charge. No shit, he was a witness. You guys are just too fucking dumb to realize it, okay? So the cult is always under this impression that David was not a criminal in that, and he wasn't. He was just a witness. That's it. Court wanted to know where the money went, and then he goes in there as looking like a fucking criminal, David, which is now why David and Michelle and the JMMI and KOGGC organization will be tried as a criminal organization. They're not going to look at this as a church. There's multiple players. You have phones, you have data records, there is so much stuff the feds are going to have to comb through after this, okay? People are asking, like, what's going to happen, Rich? I'm like, you know what? Let's see what the evidence presents, because here's what I think. Where did all the messages go through? David's phone, right? Where did all the messages go to? Where did all the messages get sent from? I compare David's phone to an Easter egg in a really hard fucking game. Swear to God, that's how I compare his phone. David committed all his crimes right here. Right here. Right here. This is where David committed his crimes. That's where they're going to go, is his fucking phone. When they get into his phone, and they will get into that son of a bitch's phone, it is going to open up the entire, it's going to open the eyes up of everybody. They're going to be like, oh shit. People are asking me, Rich, you going to be a witness? I don't know. I don't know. If they find my name in David's phone, possibility, yeah, I would think so. But I don't know. If they do subpoena me, I will not have a choice. I will have to go. But I haven't heard anything yet. Again, the feds, you guys, the feds still have to comb through an insane amount of, they got a fucking mountain of evidence they have to sift through. Nothing's been taken yet because no charges have been put against David in the cult. But let me tell you something, when the charges do get brought, and they will, with the labor, the trafficking, the force, everything, they will lose everything. It is. You're right, Dustin, and this is why we're out here presenting this, right? We've been on this for a long time, presenting everybody, the fucking world, the proof, the facts that they're committing financial crimes, right? This is probably one of the most complex fucking multi-level religious schemes anybody's ever fucking seen, dude. This goes above and beyond anything. Hit that like too, let me know you're here. We were right about the bed bug in. Yes, we were right about the forced labor, the call center, everything. Yep, we saw them being armed at the school. I know they were armed down in Tampa. You guys, this was supposed to be a church. What church is armed like that with assault rifles and shit? Hit that like, please. Let me know you're here. If you want a shout out, fucking say something. I'll give you a shout out. But this is a very complex organization. It will take an IRS audit to unfuck it. It's probably going to take 6 months to a year just to catalog the fucking evidence from all these locations that they just busted. Just specifically, again, just with David's phone. Just with David's phone. No, he had phones. No, he bought, no, I 30 or 40 phones, and they would hand them out daily, and then they would be collected daily and passed out to different people. So nobody ever had the same fucking phone. She's all, Lenny's all, hey Jess. Lenny's all, hey Jess, how you doing today? You go back into here, chew your bone. Eat your bone. You were just fine right there before anything. Hey, stop it. That's enough. No. 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 Hi. She's like, hey, did everybody just... This is Lindy. No, this is Lindy. She's all, did everybody's internet rates just go through the fucking roof? Okay. Do I think David will get bail? No. I do not think they will bond out. You know what I think is going to happen in all this? They're going to get some kind of state-appointed attorney, okay? Some kind of federally appointed attorney. And they're going to look at the charges and they'll be like, take the deal and just serve the fucking time. That's it. Lindy, stop. Come here. Get over here. Come here. Come here. You were fine up here with me. Come here. Come over here and chew your bone. You were just fine. Right here. Chew your bone. There you go. Chew your little bone. But yeah, I don't think they're going to get bail on this. There's no way. The lawyer's going to look at the charge and be like, you ain't going to fight these, dude. These are federal fucking charges. And they have the proof, too. You got text messages. No lawyer is going to fight the text messages because, again, David committed all the crimes through text messages, man. That's what I said. David's phone was the Easter egg in all of this, man. For all you gamers out there, you know what the fuck I'm talking about, right? You got to find the secret at the end of the game. Well, David's phone was the big fucking secret. All the information will be in David's phone. I guarantee it. When the feds crack that fucking phone, it's going to be a plethora. It wouldn't surprise me if they find like CP on it, like child porn and shit. For real. It wouldn't surprise me once they start digging through this that they're going to find stuff that we never even thought was there. And if that's the case, then David's truly fucked. He ain't getting out of prison. Dallas, the thing is, when you wipe phones, guess what? They're never wiped clean, dude. That's the beauty about this, man. Uncle Jake, she told me about the beating. She told me all about it. When I talked to Destiny on the phone that one day, she told me all about that beating, man. She said it happened, and she said it was fucking hard. Yep, donating COVID stimulus checks, that's all going to come into play, man. All of this is going to come into play because that's criminal. No, it won't be. It won't be. There will be no trial coverage. Maybe with the news and stuff being outside the courthouse, but as far as cameras being allowed in a federal court, no. Well, I don't know. The Y and Nelly, that was a federal trial. That was a RICO case too. That's the thing. It's me and Kevin G were talking. It's like Charlie Manson. It's like all his little concubines that he slept with. It's all the women. Yes. Hit that like, man. Let me know you're here, please. Let me know you're here, you guys. Let me know you're here, please. Look. Wrong button. That one's real bright. There we go. Yeah, there aren't many people there, and it's all the women. It's all the women who are like, yeah, Apostle, yeah. We're ready for the persecution. I'll take that soda bet. I'll bet you a fucking half and half tea, Uncle Jake, that more indictments are coming with more people. No, we're not. Our job isn't done yet. We need to get the message out to convince people to come forward with the evidence. Exactly. If anybody has ever been abused by this organization, call the FBI. There's one on Twitter. You can call them. If you need some help here, get in touch with us. We'll point you in the right direction. We'll make sure you get help, okay? But let's go on to this complex organization with David. So what's one of the things we can talk about? The Convoy of Miracles. That's the first one that comes to my mind. Okay, this Convoy of Miracles, this was all set up. This, I think David started pitching this back around the Amway arena at the same time. It was all about the same time, and David said, we're going to do this convoy. You bring... Hey, thanks, Liz. Hit that like and subscribe, man. Appreciate you guys being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let me know you're here so I can give you a shout out. No ID. Yeah, nothing inside whatsoever. This is a federal trial with real victims and real human trafficking people that have been involved. And that's exactly why it won't be televised, is specifically for that reason, because there's going to be survivors and victims in it. And they're not going to be blasting their faces all over the fucking news. There's no way. They're going to protect them at all costs, which is fucking, they should. Fuck yeah, I knew Vicki was, fuck yeah, Vicki's a little trashy bitch. Vicki, the only reason Vicki went forward, everybody, the only reason Vicki went forward is because she found out she wasn't the only one being fucking railed by David. That's it. That's it. I'm the victim here because, you know, I knew you were sleeping with other women, but I didn't care because you bought me a Jag. I sure did, Ken. Yep, sure did. Thank you. Yeah, you like it? Yeah, it came out, Brad. Thanks, Ken. Thanks, dude. It's a good one. Yeah, this is, and there are more charges coming down, but I want to talk about the complexity of this MLM because nobody really knows about it. Of course, Vicki's going to be out doing the media circus. Of course she is. Of course she is. Yeah, she kept the car too till it didn't benefit her anymore, till she couldn't keep up with the payments. Yeah, no, Vicki ain't going to get ahead of it. Next stream I do is probably just going to be about Vicki. Yep. But no, it's... Hey! Hey! I'll put you in your kennel. Stay. Yeah, Vicki's a grifter. That's all she's ever been. After David, she went on to selling like some kind of fat-burning medication. Didn't succeed. Tried to do a documentary about David. Didn't succeed there. Scammed a bunch of people there. Yeah, Vicki's just a scammer. She's a grifter. If he will continue controlling the members from jail. David doesn't have any access to anybody right now. This is what's really unique about this, okay? David and Michelle have been controlling people all this time. Really think about this for a second, guys. Really think about this. And they lost it like that. No cell phones, no phone calls, anybody, no getting shit. Nobody's bringing shit to them. There's nobody for them to control. They are now under their control. I find that very enlightening. I really do. I find that probably one of the most enlightening things out of all of this is the fact that these two shitheads, they lost it all in a fucking second. They were on top, controlling everybody, being complete assholes, and now they got shit. They got shit. They ain't got shit. And this is what else is I find really comforting is they have to shit and piss in front of people now. They got to shower with people. Their meals are shit. They don't get to fucking text shit all day long to each other, dirty fucking photos. I'm getting words from certain people that David is apparently singing in jail. So yeah, anyways, yeah, so David is apparently singing in jail. And I'm like, oh fuck, he's not singing in jail. Actually, Parbs, go read articles on David. Parbs, go read some of the articles from Ministry Watch on David. I've actually been in touch with Warren Smith. No, I've got emails from him. He emailed me the other day, Warren. Hey, come here. No, I've been in touch with Warren Smith the whole time. How do you think he's been writing articles about the case? No, Warren Smith knows who I am. We know each other. No, we know, me and Warren Smith know each other. I had emailed him quite a while ago. I was like, look, we need your help, man. I'm already mentioned in his articles. He doesn't need to mention me. Lindy, come here. Come here. God damn it. Get your ass over here. Come here. Cut that. That is just annoying and obnoxious. No. She'll do that. She has a bad fucking attitude. Sit there. Chew your bone. Eat it. No. Parbs, go back and read the Ministry Watch articles, all with regards to David Taylor. Look who he mentions. My name is in those articles. Me and Warren Smith are very well acquainted. Yep. I shared my frustration with them, told him what we were all doing. He's like, okay, send me whatever you guys can. We'll write the articles. I was like, all right, you got it. You got it. And now it's all coming to a head. Those articles have been read by other people. They know. They know. Yeah, stay strong. He's in federal prison now. They're both in federal custody. Hit that like and subscribe too. Let me know you're here. We're talking about David and this complex multi-level scheme, man. Convoy of Miracles, which was a complete failure. Convoy of Miracles, everybody. Convoy of Miracles, Convoy of Miracles. Okay, so David's idea was to take this convoy around to natural disaster areas with all these trucks, help people who were sick, homeless, fucking disaster-stricken areas. But what David did, logistically, David didn't have any fucking clue how to do this, okay? The logistics side of this, David didn't have a clue about. He bought two trucks and then like 5 trailers, right? Then not only was he going to convert those trailers into like shower trailers and a food trailer and a fucking medical trailer and an office trailer, he was also going to use those same trailers for this so-called Arena Miracle Crusade. D-Jack, we expected this. This was one of the expectations because they're going to say, oh, look, he's being persecuted just like Jesus. Well, I didn't know Jesus was in the business of fucking exploiting people like the way David did. Yeah, very used trucks. He didn't buy enough trailers to haul the stage, to haul the convoy. He didn't think of this logistically. He didn't. Because not only that, he did all this during COVID, where everything was highly, highly inflated. Cost of gas went up, products, supplies, everything went up during COVID. So he buys these trucks that are very used. One sitting down here at the hotel in Houston, the fucking back gate. Hit that like, man. Let me know you're here. Just stop trolling, okay? You guys got questions about David? We'll answer them. We'll answer them. No, David never thought about anything logistic-wise. No. He could have just done well with one trailer. He could have done the convoy with one fucking trailer and stacked that fucker full of supplies and been cool with it. And then when he ran out, go buy more and fucking restock it. But he never thought like that. David never thought what it would take logistically to run an operation the way he wanted to. Didn't have the money, the manpower, and nothing. Come here, Lenny. I would say start with the depositions, Mod Mint. Start with the depositions, brother. Hey, Dino, thanks for being here, man. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let me know you're here. There's 81 people here. Let me know you're not trolling, because I know there's a lot of people that want to know about David right now. And, well, we've been out here for the last 5 fucking years telling everybody what was going on, and nobody wanted to listen until now. So if you want your information, you're getting it from us. So the Convoy of Miracles was a total sham. It was never going to get off the ground. And that shit went kaput. Hey, Jezebel. Exactly. That's what I was just telling my friends and family. Yes, exactly. Yep, they're still doing church services. It's okay, though. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, though. It's all right that they're doing this still. It really is. Hey, cutie, how you doing? Good morning. It's okay that they're still doing these services because it ain't over yet, man. Catherine Crick, man. Catherine Crick's next. Well, of course they did, Sheena. Of course they did. Taylor, the preach pimper, yeah. The preaching pimp, yep. And Jezebel, that's what I was saying. It's going to take time. David and Michelle that was the main goal. Cut the head off the fucking snake, right? You take Michelle, you take David out of the equation, these people will start to come around. These people don't work. They don't have a cash flow coming in now anymore. David's not there to take care of them. Michelle's not there to tell them what to do. These people are going to go hungry real fucking quick, man. When people start going hungry to a situation like this, they'll scatter real fucking fast. They'll scatter. Exactly. They need to act normal while they're still processing what's going on because he got raided, man. Yep. It took a couple years, but even the last one eventually turned on him. Yeah. And eventually these people will all turn on David. His church there, it was given to him by Paul Adam, who was in his cult. And Paul Adam gave it to him because he wanted to be in David's church, basically. Ooh, Liz. Do you guys think Michelle would turn on David? What do you guys think? Yes, they're in federal. Dude, they are on no bond, dude. They are on a federal fucking martial bond. They ain't getting out of prison, dude. These two are a danger to society. That's why they're not getting out of prison. These two on the street have been a danger to society. We've been saying it for years now. They will not get out. They are on no fucking bond right now. The lawyers, what they're going to do, they're going to look at this case when they get it handed to them. The lawyers are going to look at it and be like, take the deal. Take the charges. Do the time. You're going to serve the time. You ain't getting off on a light sentence. You're going to do the time. They're going to do the time, you guys. That's why they're in trouble. How are you kidding me? This was a forced labor operation. People coming out of that hotel were sick. Sick that they couldn't walk, you guys. It was a very dire situation at that fucking hotel. People were literally being helped out by medics and fucking healthcare personnel, you guys. This isn't a joke. This is, all this shit is being documented for this. And when it goes to court, the lawyer's going to look at it and be like, fuck, you ain't getting out, dude. And that's the thing. That's what else I'm telling people. Any smart lawyer will not defend David, but David has a right to a fair trial just like anybody else. A lawyer will have to defend David to the best of his ability, and the lawyers are probably going to tell them both, take the deal. But what if David and Michelle pull a fucking Sarah Boone move or a fucking Robert Tellis move and take the fucking stand? What if they take the stand? Yes, he was there in Durham because the church was given to him, but that was his hideout. It was off the beaten path. Yes, they found sick people at the hotel in Houston where I was doing protest out with some of the community members too. Yep, there were sick people coming out of that hotel, man. Like they almost couldn't walk. Like they were so sick. Yep, people were very sick, man. People weren't getting the fucking proper food. People probably might have had fucking chronic conditions that weren't getting medication for, say diabetes. Maybe there were some people in there with like fucking high cholesterol, needed heart medication, you know? Shit like that. Yeah, of course he did. That was the whole thing. That's why he knew. David knew he was committing crimes because if David wasn't committing crimes, he wouldn't have stayed hidden. Yeah, Rick Frazier's not a good guy. He's a scammer. Ooh, the federal prosecutor is a 30-year seasoned attorney. That we know of, I know of 3. Yeah, 3 that I know of. Oh, are you kidding me? If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe, man. This was the end of a whole saga. It really was. This was the end of a 5-year process of really bringing this to the light because nobody was, man. This is a very complex operation. The Convoy of Miracles, we talked about that. The Miracle Arena Crusade, David was going to say, hey, come to the Amway Arena, which is now the Kia Arena. Bring all your fucking people. Hey, what's up, Shanth? Hey, what's up, Annetta, Vicky's? How you doing? Bring all your people to the arena, and I'm going to heal them. That's what David was out there saying. We even called the arena, asked him about that, said, no, you can't fucking bring dead people here and heal them. There's no fucking way that'll happen. Also, he's not booked. He could have been. Okay, something we've been saying to the media, we've been, Modmint, we've told everybody this, dude. Everybody this time and time again, man. David's actually wished death threats on me. He's actually put death threats out on his channel against me on live streams, man. I've reported him to the FBI. I reported him to state, local, right here in Harris County where their fucking location is. Guess what? I took a thumb drive with the death threats, reported them. I reported it all the way down from the local all the way to the level. Church leader wishing death on people. It's not a church, man. It's a fucking cult. And that is a criminal organization. And they will be tried as such because of the complexity of the scams. Yep. You have a slave labor operation. You have a money-making scheme where David, it even says in the fucking indictment, David, holy shit, you're calling your fucking cult members degenerates because they're not making you enough money so you can maintain your fucking life, you sack of shit. It was a literal slave cult. And it even says in the indictment, David would call his members degenerates for not making enough money. Imagine a fucking sack of shit like that goes out and calls his fucking cult members degenerates because they weren't making enough money for his fat fucking ass. Hey, Elbu, I'm finding out they were. I'm finding out they were. Yes. I am finding they were. Ah, I made a sale. Right on. Thanks, whoever ordered a sale on the Redbubble, man. It wasn't right, no. Vicki, no, dude. He was on David. 100% children were involved. I'm sure of that now. Yep, I'm pretty sure when they crack David's phone, they're gonna find that out, man. They are gonna when they find David's phone. When they find David's phone, like I said, man, everything went through his fucking cell phone, you guys. Every email, every fucking text message, every banknote, every fucking email. Right here, man. David's phone, man. Hey Carter, wait till this case opens up, dude. The depositions were just the tip of the iceberg, bro. I'm sure we're gonna find out child abuse. We know trafficking, sex crimes, money laundering, conspiracy. Hey, Predator Diego, what's up, man? We're talking about the complexity of the organization. Fuck no, Vicki Yohi. No, Vicki Yohi was in it, dude. Nope, Vicki Yohi was in it. Vicki Yohi was in it. We're talking about the complexity of the David E. Taylor criminal organization, because this is how it's going to be tried. We've been saying that. This isn't a cult. This isn't a church. It is a mob organization. You have David, Michelle, Joseph. You have all the little underlings. This is a classic fucking RICO case, man. Yeah, this is a RICO case. Yeah. The whole thing. She handed the keys to Michelle. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And Michelle, David, they both thought they were going to. Fuck, man. Reconnecting again. This is real. This is real, though, Anetta. This is real, and we've been saying it. We've been saying it. This is a complex organization. There's multiple layers to this scam. It is a multi-level marketing scheme, for sure. And there's prostitution and trafficking involved. You know, of course, Vicki's going to throw David under the bus. Of course she is, because Vicki will play the little victim now. Oh, I was victimized by him. No, bitch, you were in on it too, Vicki. You're in on it. You were in on it. You know you were. You're just out there. I'm a victim. Yeah, I think there could have been some payoffs. I do too. I think there probably could have been some payoffs. Exactly. Vicki co-signed the BS until David said, fuck you. Yeah, Quickie Vicki. Exactly. Quickie Vicki. Exactly. Quickie Vicki troll he. Yeah. That's the thing. And David has a thing for blonde women. So it doesn't surprise me that Vicki hopped in bed with him, and it doesn't surprise me that David slept with her. Vicki was just in it just for a fucking quick paycheck and to get rich off of it. Private services, yep. Yeah, yeah. Vicki is, no, Vicki's complicit in all this, Carla. No, Vicki's 100% complicit actor in all this. Hey, you know what, Mod Mint? Hey, stop. The thing is, Mod Mint, hey, stop, Lindy. I think most of the media outlets are actually eating our shit right now because we've been reporting on this for so long, and they can't report on it because it's already been done. I really do. I don't think they can report on it because there's so much out there on it on our channel. You know what, Eric McCabe? Welcome to my conversation, you know? Yep. He could. David very well could have some kind of fucking STI. You're exactly right. Now, if David knew and he was still out there sleeping with women, exactly. Organized crimes comes in many forms, not just names that end in vowels. Exactly. Yep. Exactly. Organized crime, it comes in many forms. This is one of them. And I always said, we always say here, our community, run an operation like this, put it behind a church. Put it behind a church and call it a church. Then you turn tricks out the back door. Hey, appreciate you, Jose. Appreciate you. Appear on his live, then you went to his lawn and protest, and now he's being arrested. Yeah. Who wants to put money on child abuse and fucking porn and shit? I will. So to bet. So to bet they find it. So to bet. So to bet they find it. I guarantee. I heard Joseph or David and George Scott were sick fucks, man. I heard David and George Scott, fucking Crypt Keeper. Oh, Ricky? Yeah, that little sack of shit. Yeah. Ricky Hicks, he's just a shill for David. He actually got kicked out, what I found, because of drugs. Lexi Lissa, hit that like and subscribe. You're new to the channel. Please hit that like and subscribe, man. We've worked so hard on this. And we're not stopping. Catherine Crick is next, man. Yeah, Ricky's a fucking drug addict. Yeah. Yeah, Ricky's a fucking drug addict. Joseph, yeah, he gives off big time pedo vibes. But I guarantee there will be more found in this, you guys. The church just got raided Wednesday. We're what? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday? That's 4 fucking days, man. They've barely got the evidence back to their main location where they're going to catalog all of it. And that's the other thing we got to push. And I'm going to send some emails out too today, letting them know you guys need to shut it all down. No, you take his websites, you take his YouTube, everything. Everything that is associated with this, shut the fuck down. Everything. Everything. Everything's got to go. Everything that's ever been associated with David E. Taylor, shut down. Websites, bank accounts, everything. Married to date. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know about all that, man. I know about all that, David. Exactly. They're running a forced labor operation and then they're having a fucking church service today saying, we stand by Apostle Taylor even though he's been federally indicted for fucking human trafficking. Yes. And that's the thing. I'm going to read something here. Just some notes I've been taking. Give me a second. Okay, give me a second. Let me read some notes I've been taking here, okay? Okay. And these are notes that I've been kind of talking about with another member of the community. And we're sharing these things back and forth. And I'm going to go ahead and read this. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, let's see here. Let me just get to the email. Give me a second here. All right, somebody bought a t-shirt, the classic David E. Taylor. Right on, man. Thank you. Let me get to this email that I was sharing notes with one of their community members here. Give me a second. Because everything in this email is going to explain what's going to happen pretty much, and it's pretty dead on. Okay, so I never give out my sources for obvious reasons, but this is just something I was discussing with one of you guys. Put Michelle and David, this is ultimately what will happen. Michelle and David will both be extorted and exploited in prison if the prisoners find out how much money they have, okay? I'm wondering what the feds will think about money on her books after being raided for fraud and money laundering, okay? Our guy says, I was thinking about the same. It has to be from churchgoers, but they could be dumb enough to send funds in. These people see them doing no wrong. However, many of these individuals are not there raising money, but rather are doing this part-time from home, so they don't understand it. I wonder if they hear the stories of how David sexually abused women, will it change their views? Apparently not. I doubt it. Most will likely blame the victims. This is a cult. Exactly. This is exactly what will happen. The cult will now start blaming people coming out talking about David. 1-877, the glory. So it's 1-877-843-4567. The glory. Oh yeah, I've been gang stalked with death threats, fucking cease and desist. Yeah, no, I've got death threats from him. Yeah, I've had death threats, and each time it's never worked out for him. Look where he's at now. Fool's in fucking federal custody. Tomorrow morning service will be an interesting one. Think about this, but please don't share it until after the service. So now that it's after the service, I'm going to share it. No, it's the one next to it. No, you're at the wrong church, dude. You're at the wrong church. You're at the wrong one. There's one next to it called the Trinity Church, but there's 2 buildings. There's 20320. That's the one next door. Okay. They Kathleen, Joseph, or Steve may go online and speak about all the lies being told about David and the church, just as they are on Facebook now. For the court case, this is all facts, right? This is all fucking true, man. Our community's on it, dude. I fucking love our community. For the court case, this couldn't be better for the feds. It shows how out of touch these people are, the leaders are. I hope it's Joseph, Kathleen, and Steve saying that the apostle was framed, set up, etc. It will help specialists the feds hired to describe abuse. Look, even after they were arrested and suffered through horrible experiences, no sleep, locked in, no food, and no medical care, they still went out and supported David and Michelle. But not everybody's supporting Michelle is what I'm finding out. Okay? Very important in this. Not everybody is supporting Michelle. Come on. Come on, man. Come on, Lindy. Get over here. Get your ass up here. Come on. Don't front. Don't front. Come here. Come here, Starling. Get up here. Get your ass up here. She's up. Can I come up here? Okay. Let's see. Let's see. That will help the feds in court show how disconnected these church leaders and pastors of the church not arrested truly are. Hey, appreciate you. Lindy says, hey, hit that like and subscribe, okay? Hey, everybody out there, hit that like and subscribe, okay? She's all, my nickname is Starlink, and your internet probably just got better speed right now because I'm on the stream, okay? Then he says, hey, ask Michelle, okay? Hi. You guys want to see a cute face? Look at her. She's all, hi, everybody. Hi. Oh, Michelle's going down too. Okay, let me get back to this email. This is really important because it does. I hope they come out screaming and yelling about the unfair treatment of God's best friend, which is exactly what they did. The feds may be letting this go to see who else they can charge or possibly flip, which is with it. I too, I wish the feds would freeze the church's finances after this. Me too. That's probably coming. Watch the lawsuits come after both David and Michelle, as well as naming the church for sexual assault. This could result in a multi-million-dollar settlement, and the lawyers involved are aware of it. That is one of the reasons why they are blocking faces and using no names in addition to the church abuse. They're exactly right, because this could end in some really big fucking settlements with this organization, you guys. Yep, no more sleeping in, fat man. Yep, he's getting up 4:35 a.m., man, fucking with everybody. David's going to have a real shitty life after this, and I find that very, very comforting, man. I do. I find that very comforting that this sack of shit can no longer do harm to anybody. I would bet $1,000 that law firms and private investigators are trying to figure out the victims' names, because just the government arresting them in Tampa in that mansion and the $50 million comment, it will bring every sex abuse lawyer out, and that is exactly right. Exactly right. It's going to bring a lot of fucking scummy lawyers out looking to collect a fucking paycheck, you guys. You goddamn right it is. The FBI have a very big responsibility of keeping a fucking lid on this one, man. They need to keep the fucking lawyers out. Oh, this is, yeah, Parps, it was way more than 50 million. Way more than 50 million. David will not possibly be out in the next 7 days. There's no fucking way. There is no way. They very well could. Some of these victims could receive a huge fucking settlement from David. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. And a big one. A big one. You're talking 7 figures. Easy. Easy. Millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. It will. Okay, I wouldn't doubt that some reach out to you posing as someone who cares or how to help reach a victim, help a victim. Some of these investigators we've come across as a company are truly sleazeballs. They will do anything to get paid, and that's all true. Yes, he's in prison, Leonard. They're both in federal custody. When U.S. Marshals have a no bond hold on David and both Michelle, you ain't getting out, dude. You ain't bonding out. That's a federal marshal hold. So even if they make it through all of this, they will have to deal with the lawsuits that are sure to follow. Additionally, David will lose any opportunity to appear on Christian networks, so YouTube or other social media platforms will become that much more critical should they try to restart the initiative, which is right. Yes. Wednesday, Leonard Perez. Wednesday, Leonard. They got arrested Wednesday. Him and Michelle are both in federal custody, my guy. Yep. David's in Durham and Michelle's down in Clearwater, Florida. Mm-hmm. Dead serious. Yep. And their life is going to be from a cell to a court, extradition. First, they're going to get extradited, and then What's going to happen is their life is going to consist of going from a cell to a court and maybe like an interrogation room, shit like that. Yeah, exactly. Lavelle, Israel, let me tell you something, dude. David ain't getting out. When the feds have your ass, dude, you're getting convicted of something, dude. Okay, so the feds can seize money if it was obtained to use criminality, and absolutely, that's what we've been talking about. This is a criminal operation, everybody. David's cult, it was not a church, it was not a religion, it was a mob-style organization. It really was. There, you had all the ingredients for it. Everything was there. You had money laundering, extortion, fraud, sex crimes, fucking people women forced to take Plan B after having sex with David. We knew that shit was happening, okay? They are where the lawsuit's coming from, some women and maybe men, but the money wasn't used for the purpose it was requested for. They asked funds to feed the homeless, to build the Convoy of Miracles, to respond to natural disasters, to train students, to build wells overseas, and to spread the gospel. They did nothing of that. Hey, Lavelle, you want to know something? It doesn't matter whether the church members volunteered or not. It matters what the criteria of the law is, okay? Let me tell you something, buddy. They ain't getting out on this one, dude. Nope. Not when you're using the money for the wrong, Lavelle. I hate to tell you, buddy, but David ain't getting out, dude. You know what? You know why he's not getting out? Just on the fucking withholding food from people when they weren't making money for him? Dude, they're going to keep him in on that alone, dude. They're going to keep those assholes in on that charge alone. You were withholding food from your people because they weren't making enough money for you while you're running a fucking scam and eating fucking crab legs and lobster? You ain't getting out. Fuck, no, that's real. That's all in the indictment. Lavelle, that's all in the indictment, dude. If you haven't been paying attention, Lavelle, they are not getting out just on that charge alone, bro. They were literally fucking torturing people and withholding food. Yes, Lavelle, pay attention, brother. Please, we've been saying this. We've been saying it, dude. Another thing that will hurt David and JMMI is their birthday gifts. They will show birthday gifts were paid from church funds, not people who donated. Plus, they commit fraud, telling members he was given spendy gifts, but returned them. Again, who paid for it? And as we've always said, David has no professional or CPA on his board. No CPA saying you can't do this or that, just like Catherine. But he took credit for himself and what was spent. Same with Catherine. She's taking credit for all of it. She doesn't have a board, no CPA, no accountant, right? Ring a bell, everybody? Do we see a pattern emerging here now with these cult leaders, right? No board, no CPAs, nobody telling them, no, you can't do this. I'd say that's a pretty big fucking red flag, number one, no board. In doing so, he is saying, I make the rules on who's purchased and what isn't. He made statements on record, and this is all true, that he approved major expenses, so every mansion he okayed. Exactly. So he's basically saying, I approved all the expenses. I'm in charge. I'm the main guy. Michelle's in the same boat. She may not have signed on all the big things, but she carried out things she knew as a college-degreed person that were wrong. She has kids who are healthy. She knows people need to eat food or water to live on. She knows what is being spent and did not protest. And they both have depositions in which they both lied. The feds have a field day with these two. My guess is she will flip or they will ask for a plea deal, and I hope the feds refuse and the dollar amount is huge. It's all, no, just let him learn, man. It's okay. Okay, nowhere that I've seen did David mention using it to purchase a mansion in a single family neighborhood. You know, it could not be developed into a retreat for the church, nor was it raised to build his vehicles into tanks or purchase mansions, even though he said he couldn't find housing. You mean he couldn't buy or build an apartment building or rehab one with the city incentives on those kind of buildings? Hey, appreciate you, B-Love Cheddar. Appreciate you, man. Hit that like and subscribe. You seldom have someone recorded like that, thinking he's the most intelligent guy in the room when he spoke over the other lawyer or mocked her for not knowing things. Just think, if you and me created a church claiming I fell out of a tree and you caught me with a magical strength saving me from breaking my neck, now you have these magical powers. I go and copy verses in the Bible, take photos of clouds saying that is the face of God, and as they say, a sucker is born every minute. People would start donating to us. Many of these people are lonely at home, and they want to feel like they belong to something or a group. That's it. That's it. That's exactly what's going to happen with David. No, I think that guy was trolling. Lavelle was trolling. No, Lavelle Israel was trolling. Nah, that dude was trolling. Now I knew he was. It's cool. People want to come in here and troll, like, that's cool. Hey, stop. You're being crazy, dude. Stop. Stop. You're being crazy. Yeah, no. No, Lavelle was just trolling. Now I know he was. Yeah, Michelle was his favorite slut. Yep. Yep. Michelle, I think, no, Michelle was always his favorite slut, Carter 318. Michelle was the main, stop, hey, you're being crazy. Michelle was always the main concubine of the cult. Always. She was the main slut. Whenever David needed a piece and he couldn't get any, he'd go to Mike. He'd go to Michelle. Yeah. Anytime David couldn't get a piece, he'd go to Michelle. Mm-hmm. Hey, you better stop. Stop that. Now you're just being obnoxious. You know, it'll be a fucking puppy bloodbath if you don't stop it. God damn it. I still don't think Joseph even realizes that David's a piece of shit, man. Yeah. I think Paul's going to get in some trouble too, yeah. Ashley, I'm still looking for her. That's like a goal within a goal is to get her out. No, Ashley's a goal. I need to get her out. I need to get her fucking help, dude. We do. No, we need to get her help. Ashley, out of all the people in this place, is probably one of the women I've been most concerned about this whole time. Joseph, he's David's little fucking douche, dude. No. Joseph has always been and always will be David's little fucking Pillsbury Doughboy go-to fucking bottom bitch boy. I guarantee they're going to find shit on these phones that's just going to blow them all away. And they're like, no, I'll go get them all. Lindy's all, I'll take a soda bet that Joseph's a pedo. She's all right here. She's all double pop for me, no ID. She's all, Joseph's a pedo. Joseph Bush is a pedo. Yeah. But I wouldn't put it past any of these guys now. Hey, Chin, if you're watching, man. Hey, Chin, if you're watching, man. I hope this pleases you, man. I really do. I don't know. It's all up to him. It's all up to him. Isn't she? She's fucking cute, right? But she's a fucking handful, that one right there. Yeah, wait till she's biting your toes at fucking 8 o'clock in the morning and shit, man. Yeah. Yeah. She's real cute. She's real cute. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, David hurt Chin pretty bad. And that's one of the common, yeah, Pastor Steve's still alive. Steve's still alive. Bishop Scott's still around. But again, David's phone, man. David's phone, you guys, I'm telling you, it's going to unlock everything. Once they get into David's phone, everybody's going to be, the feds, I'm pretty sure like the feds are going to be looking over everybody's shoulder like, damn, what was in there? Yeah, folks are stuck in Florida. And again, you guys, this is going to fall apart very fast, okay? Yep, exactly. He sleeps with a lot of these women. Sheena, I've heard some of these text messages from people that are just like, basically, these women telling David, like, I want you to smother me and fuck my brains out. Yeah. Yep. Oh, they've already gotten to his phone. I'm sure they got into that within the first half hour, 45 minutes. They probably got his phone, go take this back and start opening it right now. It was that quick. They probably got his phone. They're like, go open this. Go fucking start breaking this phone open right now. Evidence, drop it in an evidence bag. Bam. I do too. I'll nominate Joseph, David, and George Scott. I'll nominate David, Joseph, and Scott for doing it. Yep, because I've heard David and Scott were already fucking nasty like that. Yep, it wouldn't surprise me if there was some fucking disease floating around inside this cult because David sleeps with all the women, then all the dudes sleep with all the women. Kia's probably going to get in on this too because she's in emails. Yep. No, Joseph's nowhere to be found. Joseph is nowhere to be found or seen. Hey, Aaron Olson, how you doing today, brother? No, let's talk about the hotel in Houston now because we're talking about the complexity of this organization, and it is. So the Houston hotel, okay, David, what year did David come into that, man? Dude, cutie, just wait, man. Just let's talk about this. This is another level of this scheme, the hotel in Houston, okay? We already did the convoy. Let's talk. Oh, he had multiple phones. I think the cult had a total of like 30 or 40 phones. 22 that we know of for sure. But I heard there was more than that. Yep. Okay, so the hotel in Houston, I personally think David had to hop states because he got found out. So he moves down to Houston, buys this shitty hotel that's a fucking money pit, moves his cult down there, opens up a call center, starts turning tricks out the back door to make more money with Mahesh Patel over off Telephone Road. That's when the hotel, TB Joshua's dead. I can't even talk about him. Hey, yeah, David, hey, let's keep that type of stuff off the channel. All right? Let's not do that, okay? Let's not do that here. Okay? Keep it somewhat like, you know, I don't think that would be cool to put out people's personal shit like that. Okay? Just be careful, all right? Like, we've talked about diseases being in there, and it wouldn't surprise me, okay? Hey, ED man, how you doing, man? Hit that like and subscribe. Please let me know you're here. My name's Rich Holmes. We are talking about the complexity of David's scam. Now, the hotel in Houston, when we found out about that, we're like, why the fuck would they do that? Why the fuck would they do that? But then we started putting things together with human trafficking. We started looking at the DHS website, started looking at the dynamics, what was going on in the hotel. We're like, okay, they're trafficking humans. And this wasn't something that we just made up off the top of our head. We really looked at what they were doing with all the call centers, with all the locations. Every location was near an airport. Every location was within 20-minute drive of an airport. Not only that, most of the locations are by a major freeway. 45 North, guess what? That's right out in front of that hotel. Is a fucking major artery. Prime setup for human trafficking. David could bring people into his hotel. He could have fucking 20 new heads at his hotel in one day, and then next day, bam, he could have them over to fucking Tampa. He could have split them up throughout locations. It's a very dynamic thing that David's done throughout all these states. He really has. He's been hiding. There is no such thing as shutaway. David saying is in shutaway? No, he's been hiding. And him saying he knew he was going to get busted. You know why he knew he was going to get busted? Because he knew he was doing illegal shit. That's why he knew he was going to get in trouble. David was probably counting his cards the whole fucking time like, I know I'm going to get busted eventually. It's like, fuck it, I'm already in too deep. Might as well just run with it. Keep spending the money. And then they find... David, you know what's really interesting about this too? Is you talked all this shit all these years, death threats, we're going to die, this, that, you're a pussy, and God's going to get you. David, they found you in like one of the most fucking pathetic places, like some fucking rundown church in Durham, North Carolina, that some guy gave to you to be in your fucking now raided sex cult. I mean, how does that make the members feel? Seriously, Paula Dom, that church that David got busted at, guess what? It's not yours anymore. It now belongs to the government. You're going to lose everything too, Paula Dom. Okay, so the Houston hotel, that was used for prostitution. That was it. There's a back gate back there that people were being brought in. There's going to be charges for prostitution and solicitation for sure. I personally think the feds could be cleaning up a shitty mess that they knew about prior to us, and they're like, uh-oh, we better clean this shit up because we're going to have another fucking Epstein case on our hands if we don't. That's personally kind of where I'm at with it. Come here. Come on. Don't front on me. You can get up here. Come on. She's buddying up. She's all. Hi. You want to see this? This dog likes raspberries. Watch. She's all, do it again, Rich. So I like raspberries, Rich. But yeah, we have, Eden, man. We've been waiting for this for a long time, man. We've been waiting for quite a while. And now that it's finally fucking done, man, we're just, yeah. Oh yeah, his son is still gonna follow his BS. Yep. Yep. I caught up on the chat. I was down. Yep. Love the mugshot. Too bad they didn't let him put his wig on for it. Yeah, too bad they didn't let him put his wig on for it, right? Because David, yeah. Well, and that will most likely be the case, Sheena. David's son will most likely try to step up, but he's gonna fucking fail. Like, look what he's inheriting. Holy shit! Like, for anybody to inherit this mess, you don't want to inherit this mess that David gave. You don't want to inherit this mess. Yes, and exactly. $50 million, let's be clear about this. $50 million is an estimate made by a fucking blind man. There's more than that. His son, no, guess what? Guess what? No, they're looking for that little sack of shit. No, he's in on it. His son's in on all this. I got set up by a gang and almost lured into a sex trafficking situation by a Spanish gang, and I'm lucky to be alive. That's why I'm so mad at minister. But are you kidding me? What better way to run an operation like this, right? Well, that's the cool thing about RICO, Tony B. When it comes down to RICO, they look at all the family members too. When churches ask questions about men coming in with children that were not theirs, the government would not intervene. So I heard one church refused to process after 6 long months. Yeah. 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 We know there's kids. We knew there were kids inside this cult. There were pictures at the fucking hotel. They were riding quads and shit. David was literally buying all this shit. No, I know David hates his daughter. Yeah, but Destiny, hit that like too. Let me know you're here, man. Destiny and Tabitha, they had the power in all this. Hey, RH, let me tell you something. You know when the Feds showed up on this raid, you know who was with them? You know who was with them, RH? Take a stab, bro. Take a stab. Who was with them when they showed up on the raid? David A. Vicki Yohi, she doesn't want me to interview her for shit, dude. Nope, Vicki won't come on here. Vicki doesn't want any of this. Kevin, or RH, take a stab. Take a stab who showed up. The IRS showed up with the FBI, dude. The IRS. The IRS shows up with the FBI now. Because the crimes that are being committed are financial crimes, dude. The IRS, they have a criminal investigation department, man. And let me tell you something. It was due in part to us informing them about it. Letting them know, you got a real fucking problem here, man. You guys need to investigate this, and you need to do it to the fullest. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, you see all those people boxing up shit? You know who those fuckers were? Those were federal fucking IRS agents, man. You don't fuck with those people. They'll ruin your life. David's life is ruined. Those were federal agents. Not only was it the FBI, you had probably some fucking human trafficking specialists there. The IRS was there boxing up fucking documents, being like, oh shit, we can take all this stuff. Yep, Uncle Sam wants his. And that's the thing. I'm thinking Kash Patel saw all the bullshit David was doing. Is like, hey, we got a fucking payday here. Go get these motherfuckers, man. Mahesh Patel probably saw that pay, or Kash Patel saw that payday. He's like, what have we been waiting on? Man, I fucking pray to God that that's what it was. I pray to fucking God that's what it was. Mahesh Patel looked at the case and was like, we have all this on him. We haven't busted him. Go get that fat fuck. Go get him right now, too. You know, Kash Patel, I really do, man. I really do, Cash. I hope you fucking pulled the plug on that, man. I really do. I hope you pulled the fucking pin. You said, go get him. I do. And if you did, Cash, what's like time? Jesus Christ. They're going to get a fat payday. The government, they're going to get a fat fucking payday out of this. Nah, yeah, no, Kashyap Patel, man, yeah. If he pulled the plug on this and told me to do it, I really do. I hope Kashyap Patel, the FBI director, finally told him to pull the pin. Like, go get this fucking sack of shit. Andre Flo, yes, exactly. There's already survivors mentioned in the indictment, so they have people who have come forward, which is very, very critical in this. Without survivors coming forward, and it's hard, it is. And I was talking to my family about this. I'm like, it's frustrating, but they're like, Rich, you got to understand, like, these are abuse survivors. They don't want to have to relive the trauma again. And I'm like, I'm very with that, you know, and I understand. In order for it to end, though, they have to come forward. The survivors, you guys have to come forward. You will be protected. You will. Nowadays, they're really fucking good on protecting survivors, man. Yes, the money can go back to some of these victims. Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. The money, if you're forced labor, it can go back double of what you should have been paid, is what I'm learning. Yeah. So say these people should have been paid like at a standard rate of say 18 bucks an hour for fucking 5 years or however long they were there. Well, guess what? They can double that amount sometimes. Well, here's the thing. When survivors come forward, they technically depose them. They put them under a sworn affidavit and they have to sign it. That way when they get up on the stand, it's a sworn affidavit. If this is true, this is what you have to say on the stand. We're going to base our questions off what you've told us here. We're going to ask you these questions on the stand. You can't switch these questions or else you can be held in contempt. And this is a federal charge. So is this it? Hey, Mark Ramstein, how you doing? Yep, they were on. They broadcasted. They have to maintain while they process what's going on. These people think David's getting out of jail. He ain't getting out of jail. He's not getting out of prison. He ain't getting out of prison. I can't wait till they get extradited. Then they get their MDOC number, their Michigan Department of Corrections number. So why is Kathleen saying we ain't seen nothing yet? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, Tony Richards. That's a good question. That's a good question. Trying to scare us, maybe? Oh, you guys haven't seen nothing yet. Well, the two main people just got taken out. That was the whole group think. That's where all the orders came from, man. Yeah, and that's the thing. You're right. Evil replaces evil, and sometimes the evil gets worse. Like in this case, could be Josh's son. She also said to prepare to go home to heaven. Oh, no way. Yeah, they're both being extradited. Michelle actually wanted to be extradited back to Michigan. Because here's the thing. That's the only thing. I don't know, Andre, are they? They probably are. Because I heard rumblings that they were already looking at it a while ago. I heard Netflix had already been kind of bugging around about it. Because this is a big one. You have a story that's been written, told, and the ending is here now. They've been raided by the FBI, and they're now about to go to federal court and face federal charges. Yeah, the thing is David and Michelle, when they get him questioned now, they're going to point the finger at each other and be like, it's her, it was him. They're going to be like, we have your phones. We know exactly who it was. You guys want to tell the truth now, or you just want to go off pointing the finger at each other? Come on, Lindy. Come here, baby. Come on. Hey, what up, Glorycraft? She's hey, Glorycraft, what up? She's praise Jesus. Pack number. Oh, it'd be pack number? Okay. Okay, cool. Vicki gonna get some Netflix. Hey, Bonnie Bell, if you don't like cussing, go to another channel. No, it's too early in the date yet. Yeah, okay, it's a pack number. Okay. Thanks for clearing me up on that, OEB. Appreciate that, man. Okay, cool, Max Vision. Hit that like and subscribe, man. Tune in. Tune in, man. We're talking about this. This is a complex organization, man. This really was. This was, you guys, like, how do we label this? This was an MLM for sure, multi-level marketing. It was definitely criminal, but there were so many layers to the fraud, man. There were so many layers to this organization and the fraud that went on. Yeah, and anybody, hey, Vicki Yohi, don't come out here trying to play a victim. We're going to make sure that people know you weren't a victim. We heard about you, Vicki. You were a little bitch. Yeah, Kathleen was saying all kinds of crazy shit today, Jez. No, they're processing, man. Uncle Jake, I said fuck again. Sorry. Yep. And it will. It's going to be tried as a criminal enterprise, everybody. That's the only way they can try this. It won't be looked at as a church. They're going to look at the elements of a criminal enterprise, like a mob organization, like a money laundering scheme. Hey, we have all the ingredients right here. What did Kathleen say? That it's all a lie, that David's basically being persecuted like Jesus. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Appreciate you guys being here. We're talking about the complexity of this scheme, man. Vicki Yohi's she is not a victim. She got a free fucking jack from David and she loved it. I do too, Jess. I do too. I'm with you. More people are going to serve. Yeah, about 2019 is when Vicki left, yes. Yeah, Vicki, yeah, pretty much. Vicki was mad that she couldn't replace Michelle. Vicki was mad because Michelle was younger meat to David. That's it. Yeah, red bottom shoes. She's all, I kept those shoes too. You better believe it. Yeah, Vicki, you're not a victim in this. You fucking played the game too. You were just there to get rich and you found out David was a sack of shit. That's it. Yeah, Michelle's also smarter. Michelle came with more scams, exactly. Michelle came with more brains about running a scam. Exactly, and that's exactly what family members told me. Michelle is a fucking con artist. No, all right, that's exactly what some of her family members told me. Michelle is talented. Michelle's a talented fucking con artist, man. Her own family told me that. Michelle's a fucking scammer. Wherever there's money, Michelle's gonna go, and she is not good with it. Deansy, cheers all the way from Ohio. How you doing, brother? All the way from Cleveland. Got Deansy from Cleveland, Ohio. Yeah. Clothes, cash, yep. They did. They did, but I think Vicki is like a non-reliable witness type deal, right? Wait, what were you thinking here, Raj? Oh, my bad, RH. No, I don't even want to think about that. You know what? And that's what I'm finding out is people are staying back and they're thinking they're gonna talk David, Deansy, Ken, all you guys, like it's just a glorious day, man. It is. Like this whole week has been glorious, everything about it. And we're gonna continue to cover this until we find out what's gonna happen, because we have to finish it all the way through. We gotta get the people home. The head of the snakes have been cut off, man. The head of the snakes have been cut off. Michelle and David, they don't have it. The cult members don't have anybody to think for them now. Who's going to do the thinking for them? Kathleen? David? Are they still... there is, Deansy. We got to get the members home. And Tony, listen up, man. Tony Bastianelli, if you're listening, brother, just listen for a minute, dude. Just listen. To listen to people who've never been in a cult, Tony, okay? Tony, go home. Yeah, the news won't cover this much. They did the initial, but they might. When the charges start getting trumped up, I guarantee more news coverage. No, Parbs, I think they're just waiting for more charges to be filed. No, people are going to keep an eye on this now because it's a federal case with the church that's been raided by the FBI. You want to see them booked? They've been booked. Yo, check this out. They have no money to play with. Exactly, no money. They don't have any... Check this out. Booking photos right there, bam. There's your booking photos of David and Michelle. Michelle and David Taylor right there, bam. There you go. You know, hey, RH, that's something that I had shared concern with today, the government. I was like, you guys are going to need a lot of specialists standing by. They told me they were very well aware. I was like, okay, cool, we're there, right on. Thinking same level. I'm going to get them framed. Oh, I'm going to get them framed. They're going to go on my wall. But no, RH, that was something I had already talked to other therapists about outside of that realm, specialists and stuff. They're like, you're going to have deprogrammers. I was like, yeah, okay. Yo, DC Zone, Baker Boy, what up? Yep. No, those will get framed. Yeah, those will get framed. Those will be a fucking trophy. Absolutely. She is. She's tagged. She doesn't look good, man. She doesn't look well at all. You're right. You guys are dead on. Everything we're talking about, look at what it's done to Michelle. She's 5'6", 215, you guys. She's not healthy. Michelle's not a healthy person. And she's going to prison. She's just going to get even more unhealthier. She might fucking flop. She might fucking flop on David and be like, you're still getting 20 years. You're still getting 20 years, Michelle. But again, what if Michelle and David take the stand in the case? Oh, the shirts are next too. The shirts are next. I just got to put them up on the website. I just got to design them and put them up on the website. Yep. Yep. I think Axe Michelle's going to get her own, and it's going to say Axe Michelle. Okay, so we did the Amway Arena, we did the Convoy of Miracles, the water wells. We knew that was all a fucking scam. Oh, the stage case. The stage case. Oh yeah, I just got to get them made up, Deansy. That's all. I'll fuck with them later this week when I go back after I work and when I get back to the fucking D's and stuff. Yeah, I hope Catherine Crick is watching too and taking notes. Like, uh-oh, these guys fucking just brought down a cult. Uh-oh. I'm thinking she will too, because you know what? That's something, again, family members told me. And again, I've been kind of designated to speak for some of these people. So when I say these people tell me, they really did. I've had a lot of phone conversations through this, man. And a lot of these people are very nice people. Good families, come from good upbringings. A lot of them say, this isn't us. It's the two. It's David and Michelle. That's all they've ever told me. This isn't us. This isn't how we were raised. We come from good families, good parents, good upbringing. There's no abuse, no drugs. Most of these stories. And I think that's what's so sad about it, is like these are people's family members, man. Yeah, take the stands. Take the stand means their time to speak in the courtroom. You are on the stand in a chair next to the judge. Yeah, if David and Michelle take the stand, I'd be highly, highly surprised, man. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care, Modman. Yeah. I've made myself available, but nobody will ever contact me. I think they think because I'm too much of a loose cannon that I'm going to tell them we fucking told you so, and we have been saying that. I always said once this starts, I'm not stopping until there's the end product. And we got partial end product, but the finished end product, to get all these people home, we got to get his YouTube channel taken down, his website's taken down. We got to get everything associated with David E. Taylor shut the fuck down. His son is still there, and Destiny Taylor, haven't heard shit from her. Exactly. It was smart to jail both of them at the same time, because Michelle was the one that moved all the assets around. No, Michelle did all the banking. You're dead right. And David was smart to split the two of them up, to split up lock and key. That way they weren't together when they got busted. And this has been going on for a while. Michelle, David, I've been knowing where you guys were. Mm-hmm. No, all his media content, all his Facebook pages. This guy just got raided for human fucking trafficking. You're gonna let him keep his content up too? No, they got a better. The feds still have a lot of work to do. They do. I know, and Frenchie, it's all the women. It's all the women he slept with that said he was gonna marry. All those women there, he probably told them a promise that he was gonna marry him or some bullshit, and it's just like Charlie Manson, dude. It's David's angels, man. Yep. Yep. Well, yeah, it might be Kathleen. It might be Kathleen. It might be Kathleen. Just like Mike Bickle. Yep, just like Mike Bickle. It's all women now. It's mostly women that are left there. There's a few men. Exactly. YouTube, that's the thing. I even sent an email out to YouTube like, look, this guy's been raided by the FBI for human trafficking and he's still putting out content. Where that's, by YouTube standards, that constitutes like harmful and dangerous acts. And they should fucking take his accounts down right away. And Deansy, what we were just talking about earlier is this isn't, the feds are looking at this probably still. The feds are probably standing back looking, they're still defending this guy. They're going to build a framework for this. They have to. The feds have to build a framework for this to start prosecuting and putting some kind of regulation on this type of criminal activity, because this is criminal activity in the church. And the feds, they should have done this a long time ago. Hey, David, would love to talk to you, man. Trust David A. I've got death threats from that fat fuck, bro. Trust me. We've been waiting for this day for a long, long time, man. We've been waiting for this day for a long time. I didn't think it was ever going to come. I was expecting David would have either died or it was going to be a few more years. Yeah, give it a couple weeks. Wait till this adrenaline wears off, like RH said. Just wait. Wait till the adrenaline wears off. Wait till everything stops. They're going to start turning. Raythel, hit that like and subscribe first, please. Michelle was the brains. No, Michelle knew a lot about how to run scams and stuff. Michelle was the brains. David was there to tell her what to do. Michelle was the brains of it. Yes. Yep. All David thinks about is fucking donuts, dude. That's all he thinks about is donuts. Michelle was the brains of it. And I was told that multiple times over from multiple survivors, family members, that Michelle, yeah, she's a scammer. She's the brains of it. Yeah, David was the gut. Yeah. Michelle was like the shopper and David was the gut, basically. Yeah, Donut Dave. Exactly. Yeah, the laws are in place like Uncle Jake says. They just need to enforce them equally. Exactly. The laws are in place. I think they need to rewrite some of them as far as like what a church is. Because seriously, I bet if you went to Kashyap Patel, the FBI director, and said, hey, Cash, what's a church in America? He'd literally be like, I don't know. Okay, maybe you should start working around that. What is a church? Is there any fucking guidelines around that? Nope. What's a church? Nobody knows. Nobody knows in America what a fucking church is anymore, except the real people. Real Christians know what a church is. You go to somebody like David or Michelle or fucking any of these little cult members and ask them what a church is, be like, church? What the fuck is church? Have standing cash unless they have documentations on programs. Hey, Jess. Hey, that's a good fucking start. No one until you're 16. Hey, good start. You can't fucking drive until you're 16? Guess what? You can't go to church until you're 16. That's a good idea. Hey, I'll bite on that one. Fuck. Did NBC interview you? Will you be a federal witness? A lot of people have asked me if I'll be a federal witness. I don't know. I don't know. Leonard, we've tracked it all. We have the indictment. 10 count indictment, dude. They're looking at 60 years, dude. Looking at 60 years. Duke minus the prove, yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think? Seriously, what do you guys think as a community? What do you guys think as a community? Do you think I have a chance of getting up on the trial? Up in trial and getting questioned about what, who, what, when, where, why, and how? Could. 50-50. I'm on it. I'm on the fence about it. Yeah, it's 20 years per count, man. There's 10 counts. Yeah, don't go out there to start shit, you guys. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Don't go out there starting shit. Don't go out there looking for these survivors. You guys, yeah. Yeah, Nobel, and that's Duke. They are both on a federal Marshall Nobel hold right now, dude. Yeah, they are both on federal holds. They are not getting out right now. They are a danger to society, and that's typically when they hold people like this. It's because they're a danger to society. That's why they're being held. They looked at the charges. You guys were starving people. Nope. The more people that turn on David, the better. They'll both plea out and they'll both serve their time. That's what I'm thinking. But again, I still think Uncle Jake I'm still on the boat. I'm still on the fence about what they're going to find in David's phone once they open that motherfucker. Really, Uncle Jake, David's phone was the fucking Easter egg in all this, man. Everything that David did, said, text, wrote down. It all went through his phone. I mean, I'm still trying to grasp the fucking gravity of that. Like, when they got to David's phone, God, what an exciting time. That is exactly what I'm thinking. Nightmare fuel. That's exactly what I'm thinking. They're going to find fucking fuel on that phone. And Dippity Doo, this cult leader named David Taylor, we're talking about the complexity of his cult that just got raided by the FBI. Come here. Come on. You got it. Come on. There you go. Ken, yeah, that's come here. Come on, man. Quit fronting on me. That's where I'm at with it, Ken. I think that would have been the ultimate. Hey, Jessica, phones can't get wiped. You can't wipe phones, man. People believe that you can wipe your phone. No, you can't. You can't wipe phones, man. Nope. The feds. There's people think that you could wipe your computers and shit with all this shit. No. No. Maybe take a magnet to it, then maybe. But as far as wiping your computer fully clean, microwaves, yeah. Okay, microwaves say otherwise, yeah. But all the government has to do is go to the phone company and they can just pull the data from the phone. That's it. Doesn't matter if you torch the phone. Yeah, all information goes to a data center. And that's how a lot of these people are getting tracked now with child porn, is because data centers are picking up the images on their phone and they're like, hey, we got fucking phones here that are showing up with child porn. And they'll just go fucking tag people now. They'll just go arrest people. Yep. Yep. It does. They can fucking wipe and fucking destroy all they want, but all that shit has data attached to it. And the data comes to them and they have their ways, man. He did. He did. David hand-delivered the Fed's JMMI playbook. He did. The microwave, yeah, it'll torch the phone, but the data still exists. Free phones. Put free phones in everybody's hand. Free phones. That way we know what everybody's doing. Huh, Lindy? She's all, I didn't get one. She's all, what the fuck? She's all, Rich, why didn't I get a free phone? Turn the fan on. Hi. Yeah, I'll punch your face and it'll be a fucking puppy bloodbath all over here, okay? Hang on. Sorry about that. Yep. I'm with you, Jess. Like, he could destroy the phone all he wants. Fuck, he could shoot it, burn it, bury it, fucking drown it in water. But all the feds will have to do is go to his phone carrier and be like, we need all the data for this phone. Be like, okay, where's the warrant? Here's our warrant. All right, give us a week. We'll get it to you. Chris Kahn, what up? You Rachel Bone, how you doing? Yeah, can't destroy the clouds, man. He's all, but Jesus can. Jesus can destroy the clouds. I know it wouldn't surprise me if his cloud was all backed up. He's all, oops, I forgot to turn off my cloud backup. No, his parents are dead. David's parents are dead. No. David wouldn't even go to their own fucking funeral, man. Like, what kind of piece of shit doesn't go to his parents' funeral? David's all, me. Me. I know you would think they would use burner phones, Jess, but no. Lisa James, that's what we're talking about right now is the phones, man. Is the phones, okay? Everything that happened is in those phones. I'm only curious. I'm still processing all this of what happened, you guys. This was a really big event, right? It was a multi-state raid, multi-unit, multi-jurisdiction. Not only that, then they confiscate the electronics. Like my wheel's fucking spinning about how much exactly, Joe Nobody. The phones are going to be a treasure trove, I believe. That's what I think. Like they had upwards of like 20 something phones in that place. Guess where all the orders went? All through those phones, man. Because David never went down and directed orders to people. He sent them through text message. Everything happened through text and email, phone call, whatever. David never dealt directly with anybody. He would send Michelle a text message. Hey, handle this. Go do this. Yeah, but when it's a criminal organization, they can't use the Apple Privacy Act. They're like, fuck you guys. This is a fucking federal case. This guy was human trafficking. Sorry, doesn't stand, won't work. Apple Privacy Act, get the fuck out of here. The Apple Privacy Act, I'm sorry, it's not a fucking law. That's just an act. Yep. There's no way. It's just an act. That's not a federal fucking law. The federal government's going to look at Apple and be like, fuck you. Where's Joseph? I think Joseph's shitting his pants, dude. Yeah, David is the head. Michelle's the enforcer. You're exactly right. David was the head. Michelle's the enforcer. Joseph, maybe another sort of enforcer. But Joseph seems too much of a little bitch to be any kind of enforcer except to enforce David's pad changing habits. I think that's the only thing that Joseph enforced was changing David's pads. What else can we talk about with the complexity of this? Jessica, what do you think? What's one of the complexities of this criminal organization that you know about since you've been here? Leonard Perez, you too. Let's get the community involved, man, because we'd like to engage here. What's one complexity of this criminal organization that we can talk about? Because this is a criminal organization. It will be tried as such. And the two main actors in this are David and Michelle. Money laundering, conspiracy to commit human trafficking. Those two charges are alone enough to keep anybody behind a fucking jail cell, man. Hey, Trin, I can't even say your fucking name, but hey, yeah, I can't wait to see David squirm in court. I'm with you. Hit that like and subscribe. Let me know you're here so I can give you a shout out. What is one thing we can discuss about the complexity of this organization? Trijnit Usterhuis? Catherine is it. Catherine's it, big baller. Come on. Come here. Come on, Lindy, come here. Yeah, the trafficking, dude, the trafficking alone, they're looking at 25 to life, man. Yeah. The trafficking. That's why they're being brought up on forced labor charges. That's why this is turning into a forced labor investigation. Yep. Yeah, no, there will be no cameras in the court because it's federal. Yep. Not yet. They have not been extradited. I don't know when they're going to be. I think it's going to be this week. I think sometime this week they'll be extradited. We're going to keep track on them. Don't worry. I don't care what they get. They all are having a lifetime supply of charges. Yeah. I know. I've quit jobs for less that pay me money. Right? Exactly. Oh yeah, welfare fraud, tax fraud. There's going to be tax evasion. Don't worry. Sheena, time. Catherine Crick's next. Now, when everybody comes out and says, oh, look, Catherine Crick was arrested. We didn't know what was going on. No, just wait. Because Catherine Crick, you're next. And you should be fucking pissing your pants, okay? Because, Catherine, we're going to go about it the same exact way. Yes, Leonard Perez, I'm getting some rumblings of child abuse and child molestation. Yes. That's why I keep saying David's phone was the golden fucking egg, man. Yep. I know, I wonder if David has any money on his books. But what I found out too, Uncle Jake, is that not many people are backing up Michelle. Most of the cult members are backing up David. Hey, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Reth L. Jordan. But, dude, we've protested this place here in Houston multiple times, man. We let everybody know it was a hotel that was running tricks. We told them about the fake convoy, the stage case down in Florida that they fucking went belly up on, how that all failed. We let the Avila Golf and Country Club know. I was emailing them several times a day at one time where David had that big Tampa mansion. And I emailed them, even Uncle Jake did. There will be Big Baller. Just give it some time, man. Give it some time. Yeah, see the shredded documents in Florida, that's a different story. I don't know how they're going to go about that, man. I think that would add maybe to the conspiracy charges, right? Like now you're shredding documents. What the fuck were all those documents? I think that could be added to the conspiracy, for sure. That could possibly be one of the charges. And again, like Janelle's saying, nothing is going to shock me anymore at this point. If we find out there was child abuse and child molestation, guess what? It wouldn't surprise us because you know what? We reported that there was some strange stuff going on there with kids. Yeah, this is David Epstein Island, man. Yep. They are. That's the thing. Like, I'm sure the feds have teams that puzzle piece that shit back together. They'll set a bunch of new fucking agents. Hey, you have a job to do. See all these papers? Go put them back together. Daniel Abata Bogdanov, you want to know what I think with that hotel? You want to know what I think with the hotel, Daniela? Is that was like a sex tour location. Your wife's watching the live stream. What up? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Daniela, for real. For real. No, Ted Cruz brought it up. Fucking Tim Allen Donkey Show goes by the name also. He was like, Rich, he called in one night. He was all, dude. He was like, David has a primo location set up. He's like, he's a pastor in a certain type of location. He's like, dude, people will pay to be to places like that, and they'll pay top fucking dollar, Rich. He's all, they will pay top dollar to go in and do some sick fucking shit and get away with it. They'll pay for the privacy, the drugs, and the women all in a one-stop shop, and that's that. No, he bought that hotel, No, David bought that hotel willingly. I spoke to the original owner of that hotel. No, I know all about that deal. You guys want to know about it? David bought it. Because I emailed the owner. I emailed the realtors. I was like, look, what the fuck are you guys doing, man? That is a religious sex cult, and you sold them that shit? So I spoke to the original owner of Eagles Fly In. Yes, I spoke to him. Very nice man. He was like, I had to sell it. It was a money pit. We couldn't keep it up. We weren't making the money. They bought it. I'd never met him. I don't know shit about him. He didn't say it like that. He's like, I don't know anything about him. They bought it. They bought it. They bought it. Nobody gifted in that shit. Nope, they bought it. I spoke to the owner. Very nice guy. He's like, we had to step out of it. He's like, I don't even live in that state. He's like, I'm in like fucking Wyoming or some shit like that, right? He was up north. He's like, I don't even go there. He's like, this was all done through like realtors online and on the phone. He's like, I never even met the people. He's like, but I couldn't afford it anymore, so I had to sell it. I was like, cool, have a nice day, sir. That was the extent of our conversation with that guy. That was the extent of our conversation. I was like, well, sir, I apologize. Thank you for taking the time to fill me in on everything because we're trying to piece this together, how he bought this. He's like, I had to sell it. They came in and bought it. I was like, figures, David bought a money pit. When that guy told me that it was a money pit, it all made sense. I was like, okay, now it makes sense. It's a money pit. So David bought it, just like all these other properties that David bought. You guys, all these properties were money pits. It takes an insane amount of money to keep these places up, you guys. Just the Tampa mansion. The Tampa mansion alone. And I always say, right, Uncle Jake? We always say, don't ever sign anything unless you know for sure what you're signing for. David had all these people sign a bunch of paperwork, but at the end of the day, it's all going to come back to David because David wanted them to do it. The thing is this, the cult is ultimately going to throw David under the bus. They go and get questioned by interrogators. They're going to say they did it all for David, all for David. And guess what? They're like, oh, thank you. Mortgage fraud, absolutely. Fraud loan application, absolutely. Out in space, what up? Complex criminal organization of David Taylor. Okay, they tried to buy the Boeing campus out there in Missouri, right? I spoke to those lawyers too. I spoke to, not the lawyers, but I spoke to like somebody up in human resources somewhere area, and I was like, look, you had some people up there just looking at that place, okay? It's a cult. Don't fucking sell it to them. And this was right around the time all the Boeing planes were crashing. Okay? This is all the time the Boeing planes were crashing. I told them, I was like, look, if you do this, you're going to have a bigger fucking plane wreck on your hands to clean up than the ones you guys have right now. That was kind of a shitty thing to say, but it was real. I was like, do not sell that place to them. Oh yeah, Hillbilly Cletus. Way underestimated. That's made up. That's a made up number. That's a made up number. Paperwork for the purchase of the property on behalf of KOGGC. Well, Susan's going to lose the church too. Yep. Exactly, Joe Nobody. Same with the hotel in Houston. It costs more to maintain than they are worth. Exactly. That's David's idea of a good idea, Joe Nobody. David always takes the or else option. Jess, I'm right up there with you. I think 250, that's where I'm at, Jess. I'm more like 250. I'm more up in the 3-figure range of the millions. Yes. Yes, they were in every location, Uncle Jake. They were in every location. They were in Taylor, Tampa, Texas, Durham, the residential center. They were at them all, man. They were at every single location looking for paperwork, looking for documents. What can we do to seal up this case? Because they saw all these properties. Yeah, David's abusive. David's an abusive fucking prick too, but he's always been that way. His wife left him because he was cheating on her. They still own the properties for now. There's still a few people down in the hotel in Houston. I don't know how many, but like I said, it's gonna become very dire very quick, you guys. It is. Who's making money? Who's making money for this place anymore? They don't have David to feed them. Michelle's not passing down orders. This will end up in RICO. Yeah, it's conspiracy. Yeah. Yeah, they'll forfeit the civil assets. Yep. Civil asset forfeiture. That's what will happen, because everything basically from the bust back was used to facilitate the crime. So they're going to lose everything. That's what we keep saying here. Everything that David has used up to they lost their personal evidence come back into play. It very well could, yeah. Yep. I don't think RICO will come into play, y'all. RICO is used for shit that they can't prove but have enough information on to say you were into a criminal conspiracy. Yeah, okay. But this is organized crime, Jessica. All right, let me switch spots here. There we go. Okay. Nope. Yeah, and that's another thing we're pointing out here is wait till the insiders start turning on everybody. Yeah, and it is. This case is textbook organized crime. This case is textbook organized crime. You have all the players in play. You have everybody. You have everybody that's supposed to be in their main places. You have David, the leader. You have the enforcer, Michelle. You have all the like lower lieutenants. You have people down at each location monitoring people. Pretty clear-cut case of organized crime, and that's exactly how they're going to try this case, is organized, man. And David and Michelle thinking they were just above it all, man. They were thinking they were above this the whole time. Why was Jacob not charged? No, David's family probably won't speak out about this. No, Destiny, Tabitha, they won't speak out about this. Not that I don't think so. I don't think they'll speak out about it, because you want to know the last thing Destiny said to me? You want to know the last thing Destiny said to me before we got off the phone? You're never going to stop him. You're never going to be able to get him. You're never going to be able to catch him. He'll never be stopped. That's what fucking Destiny told me. That's why Destiny and the family members won't come out right now and say anything, because they said we could never stop him. She said, Destiny, in fucking quotes, that he was unstoppable. We weren't going to stop him. I mean, look where that's at now, right? That's abuse talking, exactly. And Destiny has been abused. Destiny has been abused, and just, I'm finding out, probably more than just physically. Yep, they really thought they were above the law. Do you believe Destiny ever had anything to believe in? No. No, I don't have an interview with Destiny. She won't come out and interview. No, Destiny will not come out and do an interview with me. No. No, I've asked her. She's like, no, I'm not going to. And that was I had one conversation with Destiny, everybody. It was one. And it was several years ago. It was a couple years ago. I was standing outside a fucking CVS parking lot. I pulled over just so I could talk to her, because I don't want to talk and drive. So I pulled over and I got out and I talked to her. Probably had about a good 20-minute conversation. I was just trying to figure out what to do. And she pretty much just said, like, you're never going to be able to stop him. He's too powerful and this and that. And I'm like, just what I'm saying, Dallas. I'm telling you everything what her view was. That he was too strong, too powerful, and nobody was ever going to be able to stop him. That was her view on her dad. The beatings, all true. All the beatings we were told about how he is with his kids, that's all true. Worse. Worse, Dallas. Worse. Destiny's probably faced more than just physical abuse, if you catch my drift. Okay? Don't know. Just heard rumblings. But it wouldn't fucking surprise me again with this fat fucking piece of shit. This motherfucker, man. Huh. They do. Spoken. And I think that's why a lot of them haven't contacted me, because the one I did speak to in Houston, you know what I told him? I was like, dude, we've been reporting on this place. I was like, you know what else we did? Is we called the county appraisal district and told them this shit was going on, and they did nothing. They didn't do any kind of investigation. They didn't check their books. They didn't do anything, dude. Exactly, right, Jessica? And that's not a problem, but it's just, that's what we're going to deal with now with some of the survivors. I would never go to any of his services, man. Yeah, those reporters suck. Yeah, the reports suck. The reports suck. The reports suck. If he had other people staying in his apartment, how many years ago he wasn't there and his kids were younger? Yeah. Yep. A lot of victims, more than physical. Yeah, don't speak up. They feel shame. Yeah. And here's the thing. If you've been victimized by David and you're ready to talk about it, it's okay to be scared, all right? We want you to know that. It's very okay to be scared. We are not here to shame you. I know there's other people going to be out there, oh, you should be ashamed of yourself. No, fuck that. You know the people that are going to shame you is most likely cult members or just fucking haters, okay? Do not let them shame you. You speaking up about it, you know what that does? It just drives the fucking nail further and further and further down into David's fucking coffin lid. You just keep adding fucking nails to it. That's it. Hey, Eileen, how you doing? Hey, appreciate you, preacher. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, this is going to be a ripple effect. A lot of people are going to start slowly dropping out, man. A lot of people will slowly start dropping out of this cult. One at first, you know, they'll start trickling out. 1, 2, 5. Then eventually there just won't be anything left. Yeah, and that's Jessica. When I spoke today, the government, I told them, I was like, you guys need to have therapists standing by. They're like, we know. It's like, all right, cool. As long as you do. Hey, appreciate you, Duke minus the groove. Hey, if you know David E. Taylor, man, that's what our community is about, man. We brought this piece of shit down, dude. It was huge. Brother Thighs all the way from Holland. Hallelujah. It is. And you know, my family members have been asking me about it. My mom, other family members, friends, you guys. They've asked me, like, how are you dealing with it, Rich? I'm like, this is pretty, it is. It's very surreal. It's like, it's almost like I would consider it, like, you know how we talk about these cults and some people thrive on this? I would consider it to like a placebo hit going to one of these fucking cult gatherings. No, the death threats, those are very real. I sent them to the FBI. I'm sure they added them to a file. Yeah. The death threats are real. When I got those death threats and I sent them up to the FBI, I was pretty pissed about it. I was pretty fucking pissed, and I sent him a pretty stern fucking email. I was like, okay, this is enough. I would never fucking do this. What the fuck is this? This guy's now death threatening me. Not only that, he's put my name out on the fucking internet. I was like, this is enough. That was about a year ago. That was about a year ago when those death threats came. Almost a day to the day. No, Cheyenne was already out, Solana, he was already out. Cheyenne was out when he passed. Cheyenne was already out. You know, somebody came forward, said they'd help me write up the charges, but nobody ever did. One dude came up, said, hey, I'll help you write up the charges, but never heard from him again. He said he'd help me write up the shit to bring him up on just basic civil charges right here in Texas and just put another thorn in his side for me, subpoena him here down to my county, maybe have some kind of judgment issued against David for just missing court, but nobody ever helped me write up the letter. So I was trying to. I was going to take him to court in my county. Oh yeah, I have the video still. I have the video where David was like, I was going to die in a car accident if I didn't repent. Told me I was a goner. How did he get out if he was still posting about David? Wait, what? Yep. The feds, they absolutely could use those death threats. Absolutely. They could use what we're seeing here. And I want to be like real clear about this with David, right? What we're seeing here is a framework, you guys. This is a framework for our government to pull their head out of their ass and actually make and start holding people accountable. The feds have that video. I was like, look, he took it down. Not only did he take it down, I was like, look, here's the fucking email he sent me afterwards. No bullshit. I had that conversation with the feds on the phone. I was like, look, man, he fucking sent me the death threat, and then he sends me an email saying he can say it because he's a prophet and it's his religious freedom of speech. You know what their response to me was? It's all the same freedom of speech. There's no difference. I was like, I know that. The FBI now, baller. those cars with the bows on them, those are for the FBI now. They're not David's anymore. They're not David's. They're the FBI's now. David's like, you know what? I know they're coming, so you know what? Let me just go ahead and put some big red fucking bows on them for them. That way, when they get here, they're already gift wrapped, and Kashyap Patel and his agents can each have one for their organization. Belong to the feds now, man. They belong to the feds now. And I'm going to turn the camera off just for a minute. Be right back. Let me get my drink. Sorry about that. But what also is going to have to happen is there's going to have to be charges filed against David for them to lose all the property. I think that's a good part, Jess. Anti-cover-up of abuse law on the books and first thing first. Yeah. Yeah, once the abuse is unraveled, all books are opened up to the public. Like this, the public needs to see these finances now. I'm with you, Jess. There needs to be new laws put into place, anti-cover-up laws, the books available to anybody. This whole shit with the church hiding finances, no, that shit's done. That's enough, man. Hey, Sheena, you want to know something? I know they were getting abused. The indictment spills it out that they were being abused. They were being withheld food. Check this out. In this indictment, Sheena, not only does it say they were being withheld food, they were being called degenerates for not making enough money and then being forced into like fucking long work hours, like literal torture. They were being tortured. These people were fucking being tortured. Yep. David and Michelle were literally torturing people. Yeah, this was a form of fucking torture, of human fucking torture, man. Yes. Some of the people, I'm telling you, once David and Michelle are out and they don't have that group think for a long time, people are going to start waking up, man. The fucking lights are going to start coming on, dude. I'm telling you. It's just time. It's time, it's time, it's time. Just like David getting fucking nailed. It's time, it's time, it's time. It wouldn't surprise me if Cheyenne had been abused or threatened. I'm sure he was sleep deprived. Sure, it didn't help his condition. Big baller, this is our community's first one. This is our community's first investigation. That is in this church, in this C search. His name is Marcus. Is it Marcus Ball, Robert Henry? Is it Marcus Ball? Little piece of shit. If it is. Yeah, we've been talking about him for years. I can't wait to see Dave talk all quiet, humble. Yep. After the trial is done, I hope you write a book. You know, I'm still trying to process what's happening right now. Like we do, the story's here. The story's here. And it wouldn't surprise me if they have David and Michelle in protective custody. Wouldn't surprise me because this is a pretty high profile case. These two are worth a lot of money to the government right now. They're worth a lot of money. Michelle and David, they're estimating 50 million just in the bust. What if David does take the stand, though? David would be that kind of narcissist. David would be that kind of piece of shit, though, to take the stand. That's the thing. David Taylor would take the stand in all this. He would get up there, he'd take the stand thinking he's fucking smarter than everybody. And he would get ripped apart by the prosecution. Hey, Javi, what's up, man? Welcome to the Jim Jones Kool-Aid Festival. Yeah, I could see David getting up there, pulling a Sarah Boone move and try to smooth his way out of it, right? Get up on the stand like, I'm innocent. Dude, I would love to see it too. Dude, if David takes the stand, it would make it completely worse because now he's open to subject and to cross-examination. You take the stand, guess what? Oh, you took the stand, now we can cross-examine you on everything you just said. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. What do you, Duke, you're new to the channel. What do you think, bro? You think he'll take the stand? What do you guys think? David take the stand, yes or no? Yay or nay? David takes the stand. I could see him taking the fucking stand like a dumb shit. I really could. I could see that dipshit taking the stand like he's fucking, like he's Mr. Big Balls fucking Johnson. I could. Solana, you know what it takes? You know what it takes in this? Consistency. It takes consistency. Not just 1 or 2 videos. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. If it were that easy, cults would be falling down left and fucking right. He's going to act a straight fool during these proceedings. I think so too, Frenchie. I don't think he'll take a plea deal either. Just, you guys think about this, man. When they indict Joseph Bush, what a piece of dog shit. Yeah, he's going to get indicted too. Joseph's in on the prostitution, man. The prostitution charges haven't been brought up yet. Hey, the prostitution charges haven't been brought up yet, man. There's a whole other fucking bag of cookies to open on this one. Solana, it's going to be in Michigan. It's in Detroit. No, one of our community members called Colleen and asked, like, hey, David got ready. And she's like, I'm fucking, like, I wonder what the fucking look on his face was. That's good. David hates us too. If the trial's going, whether or not I'm a witness or not, I will go at some point. I will take time off work and I will attend at some point during this trial to finalize everything we've done. Like, there's still a process to this that we have to finish, right? Okay, now David's busted. We got to get to the trial. We got to get the final notes. We got to get the convictions. And then we got to get the people home in the same time, all at the same time. We still have the feds doing their job. They're going to have to do their job, okay? They have a lot of evidence to unfuck. They probably have a slew of data to go through with all these cell phones. God knows what the fuck they're going to find. God knows what the fuck they're going to find on these cell phones, man. I know it's called the do walrus process. It's a new kind of process for the walrus. Let me tell you something. Like I said, man, David's cell phone is the key. There's going to be text messages to Marcus, to Bishop Scott, to Michelle, to Joseph, to Tony. There's going to be text messages to fucking everybody in that phone. You guys catch me? David's phone, you guys, I can't stress this enough, man. His phone, you guys. And from what I understand, he had a couple phones. You guys, his phones, man. Everything went through him. Right, Chris? Exactly, his phones. Exactly, the metadata, everything. His phones, man. We've always said that. Yeah, there's so many phones that the feds confiscated. I already know that. I think Joseph's in the country. I think he took off and hid, dude. I think Joseph went out and fucking hid. That's the thing, right, Kyle? David's such a sloppy fuck. He would put everything on his phones. He'd be like, hey, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and commit all my crimes right here on my phone. That way when I get fucking busted, you know, it'll be an easy win for them. All they have to do is open my phones and they'll find all the shit that they've been looking for. Right, Uncle Jake? This explains the hold. But see, I let the lawyers know. I gave them the indictment, and I haven't heard shit back from them. But they'll just add this. They'll just add this to the indictment. Joshua's hiding, I think, Solana. She moved it, yeah. Had watching his ass for years, which definitely means they have so much shit on him and Michelle. They've been waiting, yeah. I think he did, Spoken. I think David used sex with men as a form of control. Absolutely. Jim Jones did, too. That's what Jim Jones did. The whole not letting those poor people eat. Oh, yeah, it is, Chris. And you know what? I keep pointing at that. Dude, the judges and the lawyers are going to look at just that. The judges and the lawyers are going to look at just that. And there's no fucking way any fucking judge is going to let those two assholes out of fucking bond with those types of fucking behavior charges. They're like, you were starving people because they weren't working for you? No. No. That's the thing. And people are telling me like, hey, he actually threatened the feds. And I think we might have the video up on the channel. And he did. He came out basically telling the feds that he was ready to fucking like deal with them and shit. I'm sure the feds are like, oh, okay. Okay, you're ready to deal with us? Okay, let us go ahead and get our strike teams together. I'm sure like once David made those threats, they're like, okay, just go and get the strike teams together. Get your plan ready. Let me know when it's ready. I'll sign off on it. Damn it. I know Joseph now works at Red Lobster. Oh yeah, food stamps? I know. You don't ever threaten the feds, man. You don't ever threaten those guys. Those guys will come in force and they'll ruin your fucking life. Solana, David's not a witch, okay? Solana, can we be real? Can we come back to the, what do you say, the secular, like come down to the secular world for a minute, okay? Put the non-secular world aside just for a few moments, okay? Just for a few moments. Take God out of the equation. I get that you love God and I respect that. But for 1 second, take God out of the equation. Move him aside, okay? Because that's cool that you have a relationship with God and I respect that. I always say you should always have a relationship with God first before a man. Step out of the non-secular realm, come over to the secular realm. This has nothing to do with God. David was a complete fucking control freak. He was a narcissist, which is a personality disorder. He's a sociopath, which is also a disorder. He was abusive. He was controlling, which are all signs of a definite psychopath as well. The way he treated people, the way he talked down to people, called his cult members degenerates. This was a man very bound and wanted control. That's all he wanted. You take, again, all these people from this cult are now going to start waking up from all of this shit because they have now nobody to do their thinking for them. The two main people are gone. Nobody's, and all the jailhouse calls are going to be recorded. So if they try to commit any crimes on the fucking jailhouse phones, guess what? You just added another fucking felony because now you're trying to commit crimes from jail after we just arrested you for committing felonies. So guess what? We're just going to go ahead and add a few more felonies to you. Why not? Make it simple. Has nothing to do with God, man. Has nothing to do with God. This was a cult. It was a criminal operation. David knew it. If David knew he was going to get raided, then he knew he was doing illegal shit. So why would he keep going on doing illegal shit if he knew his... Exactly. Cult members didn't have jobs. They were going to the federal office getting food stamps. Yep. Cash assistance and all that. The FBI, that's all going to come to light, man. Yeah. That's the thing. The feds at this point, guess what? Everything for these people that's going to be stacked on at this point will be felonies of some sort. They're going to be enhanced charges already to the fucking original crimes. These charges are going to start becoming very complex. Most of it's going to be conspiracy to fraud, conspiracy to money laundering, conspiracy to human trafficking, forced labor, tax evasion, prostitution. Yep, this was straight scamming. This was straight scamming, and David was just an evil piece of shit that got through the cracks, man. They got through the cracks. So, this is a very complex organization, and it's probably... I say a year. I say a year. It's going to take at least a year to sort out all the evidence and lay out a consistent trial for him. No, Night and Night, appreciate you. Did you ever think it would happen, Night and Night? I know you said you've been wanting to call, and I know your background and stuff. What do you think, bro? I've been wanting to talk to you about this, dude. I really have. What do you think? You're ex-police, dude. You're retired police. Now you're a pastor. What do you think, bro? Coming from law enforcement and now you're a pastor, what does it tell you about the way this could be going? They won't get released. They will not be released on bail. They are a danger to society. That's fucking laid out in the indictment. Yeah, Night and Night. I would really like your opinion on this, man. I would really like your point of view on this because you're a retired police officer. Now you're Night of Night. He's retired. Yep. Now he's a pastor, man. Like, this was big, Night of Night. Okay, boss Bonita, have you shared any of this with them, boss? Because the government, that's okay, going after the church. You thought it would never happen. Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah, and that's it. Okay, you were told he's fucked. Okay, so Boss Bonita has family lore, and they said he's fucked. He's fucked. They're not getting out. They have. This is going to set the pathway right here, I think. Nah, Jessica. Nope, I don't think so. Not with these kind of charges, man. Hey, Beige, I appreciate you being here, man. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, but when freedom of religion becomes abusive, what is it then? It's now criminal, right? So is it freedom of religion criminality? No, they won't go for any bullshit insanity claims. Nope. When you're officially sentenced to prison, I believe they shave all your body hair just in case you have lice. I said sliver of a chance. Oh, sorry, Jess. I'm kind of far away. I couldn't see. I don't have my glasses on. David will get 20. Michelle, 8 to 10. Okay. Yeah, Larry. Yeah, I know Larry. Yeah, I was actually speaking to him the other day when the bus went down, and he's talking to some people, possibly David touching children. Told you guys. Yeah, and Steve Knight of Nice even saying this goes beyond. The evidence is pretty strong against David for him to get out on religious teachings. Yep. Yeah, they're going to ask him like, hey, where's your credentials that you were ordained as a pastor or anything? It's not going to go well for David. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Some of these charges are in Texas. Texas doesn't fuck around with that, man. They'll hit David with 30 years just on that. Crimes against humanity, yeah. That's what I'm thinking, Jess. Michelle needs to get a 20 minimum. I think Michelle should serve 20 minimum, dude. I think Michelle should get 20 minimum. And her family members even said that. Good, she deserves jail. Oh yeah, the feds and the IRS. You guys, this is like a triple fucking whammy, man. This is a triple whammy. You got the IRS, the feds, and you're going to have human trafficking organizations coming after you. Yep. You got too greedy, big-headed, and thought he was untouchable. He got sloppy and too big for his bitches. Yep. If he's convicted of multiple counts, the chance of serving sentences consecutively. I don't think they're gonna serve him consecutively. They're not gonna let him run concurrent. I want to see him serve 20 years. Yes, Nicole. Yes, Nicole. Hit that like and subscribe, please. She's also being charged in Michigan. She has to be extradited. She's like, I don't want to be charged down here. I want to go back up to Michigan. That's where our lawyers are. See, spoken. I know you don't play games with any three-letter agencies. Jess, who said they didn't. I know there were assault rifles there. So, I know they didn't show up for the alcohol or tobacco. If they did, they showed it for the firearms. You know, Boss Bonita, it all depends. It all depends. It all depends. Nicole, Salim, we've been out here talking about this piece of shit for years, man. I was just down at the hotel yesterday doing a stream. Yep. Yep. We've been reporting on these people for quite a while, Nicole. Hit that like and subscribe. There's more coming. Go back to the channel. We've interviewed the survivors. How do you subscribe? Go to the subscribe button on my channel and subscribe. There's a shitload of content out here. We've interviewed survivors already prior to this. To what extent, I don't know, but I do know that the interviews we conducted, people have been asking me this, and this is a question that I'm having. This was I'll read. Hang on. Hang on a second here. No, they were ARs. What I understand, they were ARs. Yep, no, and that's the thing. Both numbers, you want to know who one of those attorneys were? Winners and King Associates. It was Winners and King. I just lost my train of thought. All right, be good, RH. Hold on, Nicole. Let me get a link in there. Nicole, we've been on this, man. Go to that's my main page right there. If you want to subscribe, go there. That's my main page. We've been on this, man, and this is kind of the finished product. That's where I'm at with this. You guys, seriously, we did. You guys, we warned David. No, you're good, Nicole. You're good. You're good. You just go to that main link right there, click it, and yeah. Yeah, well, and I'm actually going to try and claim a reward from the IRS with the Form 211. Yep, I am. Trip 9 is I'm going to too. Fuck yeah. Fuck yes. Yes. Yes, because yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Goddamn right. Any survivors out there, don't feel ashamed. David was a master manipulator. And that's the thing. I was looking at what the payout could be. It's like, it says like 30 to 50%. I'm like, holy shit. Of whatever is brought in with the assets of the bust, man. But if I did, I would definitely give some of it away, man. Boss Bonita, that is something I would still very much like to look into. But if the feds got him, the Boss Bonita, the feds have that video. Yeah, that's the thing, Jessica. There's this gentleman that actually did some contracting work on that property. And he was like, yeah, I seen him. People don't have a reason to lie. When people call in, let me tell you something in all this. All the sources that have called in with this and have told me shit, people don't typically call in with certain types of information and drop it to you. And I just talked to him recently. It's like, there was assault rifles there. He's like, yeah, you don't remember? I told you. I was like, no, I don't. He's like, yeah, there were assault rifles there. He was like, that bitch Michelle was sitting out by the pool. And he was like, they had these other two shitheads walking around with fucking like AK style assault rifles. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if the ATF showed up, a few agents. They had Bearcats. Like everybody else spoke in the fucking deposition. Fucking Rick Frazier. You know, I'll let the feds deal with that death threat. Yo, Jeremiah White, what up? Solana, I don't know how there's still people living in Houston. I don't. I don't. You know what? I'll tell you which ones to start with, Nicole. Go to the interviews with the survivors. How about start there? They're long form interviews. Start there. Don't watch any other fucking content except the survivor interviews. They're under survivor testimonies. There's a playlist I have in the community. Go there, start there. I always tell people, don't listen to me. Fuck that. Go listen to the survivors, man. Go listen to the survivor testimony. They had the courage to come out here and speak to a group of people they never fucking met before, made themselves vulnerable to us, to our maybe our criticism, but we don't criticize here. Our goal, and it still is, always will be our goal with these surviving cult members, is to let them come on and just talk without fear of backlash, repercussion, feeling less. The cult leaders, that's who we're after, not the members. We always got to remember that too, guys. It's the cult leaders, the ones doing the abuse. We can't become abusive to the people we're trying to help. It's the cult leaders. It's the cult leaders we're after, not the members, man. If the members are going to have to walk away from this themselves, they're going to have to turn that light switch on. David and Michelle have been cut out of this equation, which is fucking huge, right? It's huge because they were the two main thought processes in this cult. Whatever happened went through David and Michelle, man. David was the abuser, Michelle was the enforcer. So when Cliff Ware and Valerie and some of these other survivors came out and talked on the channel and dropped their testimonies, we just sit there and listen. Some of these interviews are 3.5 hours long. Some of them are 4 hours long. It was what was needed. It was what was needed. Yeah, and you guys don't, the members, like, don't argue with them, man. Don't engage right now. The best thing right now is for us to completely disengage with any members. Keep doing the content, keep talking about the charges. Now is time for the members to finally, they have to wake up themselves. This is the part where they're going to have to step out into like so-called oblivion and wake the fuck up. Fucking, they're going to despise him. No, I wasn't trespassing. I wasn't on their property. I know where my property lines are. Nope. Even the one time I went out there and he came out with a gun, I was even on public property. Yep. And the fucking feds told me like, yeah, don't do that again. I was like, all right, cool. They're like, just make sure you go with somebody. I was like, okay. But I was like, hey man, I was on public property. That shithead came out with a fucking gun. Nicole, we've been trying to get these people out for a long time. But again, David and Michelle have been removed from the equation. Yes, exactly, Uncle Bruce, right? This is going to be smelling salt to the followers and the supporters. Wake the fuck up. Allie Carter. Don't know her. Don't know Allie Carter. The name sounds familiar, but I don't know her. I'd have to see the face. If you show me a face, I would probably know who she is. But the name isn't just clicking a bell right now. The face isn't. The name does sound familiar. But yeah, Uncle Bruce, like we were saying, now is going to be time for the followers and the members to start waking up from this. David and Michelle were it. Yeah, I think some of the followers were homeless from the beginning. And some people will just find another cult to join. Yeah. It will. You're right, Jessica. Some people will just find another cult to join, and that's a fucking fact, man. That is a fact. People will find another cult to join. Yep. Some of his followers still want to be there, but again, it's going to slowly trickle. Now that David and Michelle are out of the equation, nobody's thinking for him anymore. Nobody's doing the thing for him anymore, so. Yeah. Hang on a second here. Okay. Sorry, guys. Let me let the family know I switch rooms. That way they don't walk in here. Yeah. The money, yeah. Healing cancer. Yep. Yep. That's where I'm at with it. Tax Max Facts Thunderclap. What up? What up? Just we're talking about the complexity of David's organization. Michelle, David, how this is a criminal operation. And there were multiple layers to it. Please hit that like too. Let me know you're here. I don't know who has access to the accounts right now. I don't. That's kind of a key thing right now. They're still taking in money and they've just been raided for fraud and money laundering. Like, what the fuck? I'm pretty sure come like, I mean, the banks are closed today. It's Sunday. Like, nobody can do shit on a Sunday, right? Come Tuesday, when all this is done and said, possibly the banks will start getting shut down. Assets will start getting seized. I mean, we're still very early on in this operation, you guys. This is a multi-state operation. I'm sure there's still some stragglers they're looking for. Yes, Jessica. No, I think they have people there ready. They have people there ready, man. That's where I was at with it, Boss Bonita. Yep. It's just time. Boss Bonita, if we're trying to wonder why their accounts are still up and shit like that, like their Facebook, social media, websites, you know, I'm guessing eventually all that shit is going to get taken down and the feds are going to subpoena it all to be taken down. Everything that was ever associated with the operation, because this is now a criminal organization. YouTube, I recommend we all start reporting him to YouTube for fucking his channel still being allowed to operate after being raided for human trafficking. That's what I'm trying to figure out. YouTube won't even take the proper steps even after he's been busted. They're still utilizing the public facing accounts. Exactly. It's a very dangerous game they're playing now. They're like, hey, still give us money. We just got raided for fucking money laundering, but hey, can you still give us money to support our apostle that did all this shit? Yes, it's Labor Day weekend, right? Tomorrow's an actual federal holiday. Oh yeah, Kyle. You like that one, Kyle? You like that one, Big Doug? Oh man, that one was good, right? And you know what was funny is I thought they couldn't see me, Kyle, but I found out later that like right where all the members that were looking straight ahead and not like the big screen in front, all the members, there's like a big fucking floating screen up there that they could see me on. Dude. Yeah, the feds are still going through videos, man. Oh, that's what I'm saying, Jessica. This is ultimately could be a good thing for the mental health community, right? They could, with this one alone, man. You imagine the psychological profile they could build on this one. Holy shit, Jessica. This one, David is like all of them in one. He's all of them in one. The psych profile they have on David, man. Yeah. But that's the thing. All cluster B, yeah. Well, Sheena, that's the thing. This was something we actually predicted, okay? You like that, Boss Bonita? Disgruntled staff members made your face large. No, here's what happened, Spoken, is they didn't know who was behind it. David's all, Lance, bring up Lance, because I couldn't even figure out what was happening at the time. It was really weird how that all went down. Like, I had two devices. I had my iPad and my phone, but there's a delay, so I didn't know that I was being called up on the screen until it actually happened. I didn't know it happened until after it happened. Let me put it that way. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Zero. Yeah, zero babble. It's narcissism, antisocial, and lots of crimes. And David was he was David was legitimately self-isolated. He isolated himself. He knew he was in fear for his life. He was in fear for his freedom. Those are the two things that guy was in fear for recently within the last year: his life and freedom. DeCarlo, but you know what? I don't think any of them read the indictment. I don't think any of them are reading the indictment. Even if they did, they'd probably be like, oh, he wouldn't do that. He's our apostle. He would never do such things like that. But what they call this, the behavior, let's call it behavior, cult behavior modification, the abuse. What I've heard these members call it is getting rebuked or getting corrected, and that a correction meant getting beat or slapped. Yep, they're probably forbidden to read the indictment. That's why we read it out here. That way everybody would know about it. Jessica, but not only that, like, dude, he pulled like a fucking Stalinist fucking move, dude. He starved people. That was like straight from the fucking, what's that other dude name? Not Stalin, but fuck, goddamn, Last of the Tsars on Netflix. Fuck, what was his name? Romanov. The Romanovs, man. Pol Pot, yeah, fucking Pol Pot. Mao Zedong, yeah, Mao Zedong, yeah. Fuck, yeah, Pol Pot was a motherfucker. Honestly, I just recently learned about Pol Pot. He had been hiding, yes, Boss Bonita. That church in Durham where he was at, he was hiding there. That shit was off the beaten path, but I think the feds knew he was there the whole fucking time. Yeah, yep. But but David was like, if you're just tuning in, one of the things that's real complex about this, David was David would get mad at his people for not making enough money. He would withhold food, make them work longer, call them degenerates, and then make them fucking sleep outside or in the garage or in tents or some bullshit. That was the type of regime that they were living under with David. And even in the indictment, you guys, it says David would put them on a peanut butter and jelly fucking sandwich diet. Well, David, guess what? Now all you're going to fucking get in prison is fucking peanut butter and jelly. Just those two alone, David. This, like I said, this is a complex operation. There's multiple moving parts. It is set up like a mob organization. Anybody out there that's just bringing up content on it, we've known about it. Yep, our tax dollars, the EBT fraud, guess what? Yep, Grigory Rasputin, thank you. That's who I was thinking of. Yes, Rasputin. Yes. Yes, Rasputin. That's who I was thinking of. And I always point that out. All these channels that are talking about these cases, the one thing they don't point out is that it was all done with our tax money. Not only that, David's now going to be housed with our tax money. We're now going to have to feed that fucking walrus, but he's just going to be eating a meek and eager diet. David's literally going to know what it's like to fast now. Oh man, I'm curious what the look on David's face when they brought him his first fucking prison meal. He ain't used to fucking being brought fucking a couple slices of bread with a fucking piece of bologna, fucking couple peaches and a box of milk. Yeah, yeah. David's really gonna know what fasting is like now. He really is. David, you didn't know what fasting was like before. Now you're gonna know, motherfucker. Now you're really gonna know. Not only that, but some of the things again that I find comforting is Michelle and David have all privacy stripped away from them. They have to piss and shit in front of people now. They have to shower in front of people. They're most likely going to be extorted and exploited for the money. Possibly physical assault, right? Unless they're put in some kind of PC. This could be turned into very high profile because of the amount of money involved. And if prisoners pick up that these two shitheads have a fuck ton of money, don't want to be them. Don't want to be them, that's for sure. You don't want to be those people in prison. Yep. And again, they've taken away all cell phones, all outside contact to the world. David doesn't have any Tony. Michelle doesn't have anybody taking care of her. The controllers are now controlled. They went from absolute control to being controlled to absolutely controlled. Yes, I will most likely attend at some point. Yes, I will take time off. I will take my happy ass up there. I don't give a fuck what time of year it is. I will go up there, and I've already been invited. People say, come, you have a place to stay. Let's go. And it would be part of this process, because the whole goal of this channel was the bureaucratic process to show that it does work if it's used right. It's going to be, by the time I think this is all done and over with, 8 years. 8 years. That's what I'm giving, unless they take a deal. He would have had call centers. Well, he did. He already had call centers all over the fucking place, Sheena. But the main one was down in Florida. The main one was down in Florida. That's where I found out. He's only going to be eating ramen. He can't eat all that salt. No, fuck no, he can't eat all that salt. Nope. He can't. You're right, Tax Max. Yep. David better fucking have like special food sent to him in prison or something. But he did. He had already had call centers set up all over. That was this whole get down. Like what was even better, I don't either, Tax Max Thunderclap. My mom, when I talked to him the other day on the phone, my mom didn't really understand the magnitude of it. How does his cell look like? You think fucking arm's width, maybe, give or take, of 6 inches by maybe 8 feet, 10 feet? Not much. A toilet, a place to sleep, a sink, and then he gets out to go to shower every other day. And Tax Max, that's what I had to explain to my mom and my stepdad about it, right? And my mom was on the phone with me mostly, but my stepdad's in the background. He's like, Rich, he's like, this is a big deal. He was like, this is a cult. He's like claiming to be a church, right? He was like, this is a federal raid. It's all over the news. He was like, this is going to set a standard right here, what this is. My stepdad's fucking smart. He is. Fuck yeah, it absolutely is. This will set a standard. He's like, do you think it's going to wake a lot of these people up that are doing the fraud? I was like, you goddamn right it is. You fucking ain't right. People are going to realize that that nobody's above the law, and nobody is above the law. Nobody. Not even the fucking president. No matter how much people may think he is, nobody's above the fucking law. Not even some creepy fucking cult leader named David Taylor that thinks he's Jesus' best friend. Nobody in America is above the law. We have laws to keep us safe, which I agree with. And when those laws are broken, you need to be punished. You need to be held accountable for your criminal activity in America. You commit a crime, you do the time. Don't fucking bitch, don't complain. You fucked up, guess what? That's why we have laws. I think so. This is going to set a standard. This was apparently a 501c3, right? Exactly. 501c3 churches need to be fucking concerned. Yeah, 6x10 is pretty standard in a buzzing fluorescent light that never shuts off. Concrete wall, solid steel door with a hole in the front and for food. Yep. Who, David? David is the top of this scheme. Tax Max, his phone would be the top of the scheme. Everything that David ever did, ever said, ever wrote, his phone, right here. Fuck no, they ain't getting no visitors. No, they're federal prisoners. They ain't getting anybody, dude. When the feds cracked David's phone open, I think, I keep saying this, it sounds like a fucking echo chamber probably. When they crack David's phone open, that's gonna be the fucking mecca. And I know he's got several phones. When they get all his metadata from his phones, they're gonna go back to 2018 with all the data. They're gonna go back probably further than that. Catch my drift, guys? This case is just starting. This is just starting. By now, I bet he's been transported to court. They've been read their charges already. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. His charges have already been read. They know their charges. Michelle's feds. Do you think the feds will? No, I don't think they'll question Colleen Renee. No, she just deposed him originally. I mean, she maybe call her in as a witness from later on, but I don't think so. I know the feds looked at David's deposition, and I know they looked at Michelle's deposition. And honestly, that's the only two things the feds needed to fucking seal this deal and start asking questions. That was Sheena. That's an old video. That's an old fucking comment, man. That's an old comment. That's an old video, old post. Well, I hope the jail keeps him alive, man. I mean, the feds just went and raided him, dude. They need to fucking hold him accountable now. So I would like to think the feds probably told him, you better fucking keep this guy alive. Yep, his son is a part of this. Yep, his son needs to go down too. His son needs to go down. His son is just as accountable as anybody else. Yes. His son was down there at the hotel. But no, David's never getting out of shutaway. David's in permanent shutaway now. David's in permanent shutaway now. He'll never get out. He could have. Joseph could have ran, dude. I really think they're going to find some shit on some shit with Joseph's phone. And again, David's phone is going to be the holy key and the holy Mecca. Once they open that phone and they start fucking going through all that shit with David, that's it. Yep. Jimmy, I think his name is Jimmy's son or some shit like that. Jimmy Song or something, Tax Max. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Now that that 7N cult has been busted, guess what? The Twin Flames is going to get it next too. Twin Flames? Oh yeah. Rathel Jordan, David's a flight risk. That's why they're not going to let him out. There's no way they'd let David out because he's a flight risk. Yep. No way. There's no way they'll let him out. He's got the means to flee. And with the charges, again, they're not going to let him out, man. Yes, he'll get charges in each state, precisely. Each state's going to carry a separate charge. Oh, you're human trafficking down here in Texas? Oh, well, we have enhanced charges down here in Texas. And they do. With Texas, you don't fuck around with human trafficking, man. You get popped for human trafficking, you're going to prison. 20 minimum. Right off the top. Texas ain't fucking around with that anymore. Oh, you're moving people? We got a place just for you. Perfect. Yep. Texas ain't fucking around with human traffickers, man. Nope. Nope. That'll carry its own charge. Texas will carry its own fucking charge. They were stupid to come down here and pick up and play in Texas. That text alone, Modmint, if you don't work, you can't eat, that's enough to keep them both incarcerated, man. That is shown, dude, and these are, okay, I code medical, right? When you code medical, that type of abuse with children and adult it's the same severity. The same severity. It is. So for that to be coded like medically, like people being starved, it would be it's so severe when we code it medically that there's really no differentiation between the two, between a child and a grown adult. They consider it the same type of abuse. Fucked up, man. David fucked up coming down to Texas doing that shit. Prostitution, conspiracy to commit prostitution, human trafficking, getting your women to take Plan B, David, seriously? That's just going to make it even worse. David, when the grand jury is handed this indictment, right, and that's how it's going to go. They'll get handed all the evidence all at one time, David, and the judge will give them all their stuff. And she's like, okay, this is what you guys have to do. It was just a lie. He did it, but he didn't do anything. They did have a church exemption, yes. Yes, they did have a church exemption, Thunderclap. Yep. They're still posting services, Jay Beltran. Yep. And again, let them. Let them. They're only making it worse. They're only making it worse. Yes. Hey, Twin Flame, Tax Max, you want to know what they told me? Them, is that once the Netflix documentary came out about Twin Flames, they started getting investigated on Netflix. They had a 501c3 exemption. Yes, they did. That's why it was such a problem, because they're claiming to be a church. Right? But now they're under investigation too. Those fuckheads, what's his name? Sheila and Jason, I think. Jason and Sheila. Duke Minus, you want to know? I'll list 3 things right off the top that I've learned. Belonging. Some of them are, I'll just try to name off as many as I can. How about that? They want to feel like they belong to somebody coming from an abusive relationship, drug addicted. Some of these people coming out of other cults, they fall right into other cults. But genuinely, people are going to help and do, like, people really want to fucking help. That is the one thing they want to do, is help. But then you have some people that are going there with drug problems, right? Maybe homeless. It varies. Sense of purpose, exactly. Struggling fucking financially. Don't know what to do with their life, you know? Yep. It can be several things, man. But the one thing is a sense of purpose, belonging, wanting to help the church, do God's work. So it can vary person to person, man. It's mentality. It's the person. That's the best I can explain it, man. It depends on what the person is going through at the time of their life, why they go into it. Hey, appreciate you. The fallen enslaves us all. Thank you, man. Boss Bonita, I know they already did. I know they already did with Michelle's too. I knew shit was real. I knew shit was real when just out of the blue one day, fucking they hit me up and asked for Michelle's deposition. I was like, yeah, and it was like specifically like, but we need the one without, like, you know, the thumbnails and all the little pictures in it. We need that one. I was like, okay, give me a few minutes and I'll get it. And I hit up Cult Watch. I was like, hey, do you have this? They're asking for it. And I was like, yeah, here. Send it on over. That's when I knew it was serious. That's when I knew they were now starting to pick apart names and analyze what was said and done in the depositions. Oh, it's pretty bad, dude. It's pretty bad. Yeah, this cult's pretty bad, dude. It's right up there with Scientology. You mean to starve your fucking people and not pay them? I mean, at least Scientology pays their members like $5 a week. But David didn't pay anybody. This was a full-fledged labor operation, man. It had nothing to do with religion. I don't know what the deal is with Ashley Ware. She very well could be. She very well could be getting arrested because she was a key player in it at one time. I don't know. I don't know who's... The most that I know have been arrested is David and Michelle. Those are the 2 that I know for sure are arrested right now. Who else has been arrested at this point, I do not know. But we can count on more. Acting normal and posting all these things about him intelligently to give me a peace of mind, I remove them, yeah. I don't know. Maybe Josh and Tony still. There was a 3rd person that was arrested. There could have been. It could have been Joseph. They could call Rick Frazier back as a witness. Yeah, because he posted the original deposition. Hey, Tax Max, I know there's a lot of people looking the other way. That's the frustrating part about it, man. Yeah, Kia, she was the one doing the offering. Yeah. Hey, give us the offering. Give us money so we can go bail Apostle out of prison. We need to put money on his books because we just got raided by the FBI and now he's in prison. And we're going to stay here and defend him with all our might because you know what? They just might let him out if we go out there and talk to him enough. Yeah, these cult members literally think they're going to talk David out of this federal lawsuit, which isn't going to happen. This would never happen. Tony thinks he's going to stay there and talk David out. I know, Joe, I know. Well, it's true, bro. It's true, dude. At least Scientology pays their members $5 a week. Yeah, ain't nobody getting bond on this, man. Nah, ain't nobody getting bond on this one. You guys, when you read the charges, man, they raided Taylor, they raided Tampa, they raided Ocala, they raided Texas, they raided 15400, they raided Durham. Yeah, if you believe a dude that wearing maxi pads is Jesus' best friend, then everything can happen. No, they actually did a stream from Taylor today. They did a stream from Taylor today. No, they did a stream. Yeah. I know the fallen enslaves us all, right? Fuck, you could have had me for $250 a week. Scientology signed me up. Somebody said Scientology. Now I have to fucking prank call them. But when you look at it, Irie, when you look at it, it's really like there's nobody there. There's nobody there. There's nobody. There's nobody at. It's like the rest of Charlie Manson's cult. Like when these women get deprogrammed, instead of Charlie Says, it's going to be called David Says. There's this movie called Charlie Says. It's really good. I recommend everybody watch it. It's called Charlie Says. It's about Charlie Manson. It's really fucking good. And it's about the lady who deprogrammed the women of the cult. It's really fucking good, man. I recommend everybody watch it. It's fucking excellent movie. All about money. Can they call Scientology? Dude said Scientology. I gotta call him. What we said.
Hello, Church of Scientology International.
Hi, Moneypenny. It's Frank. I just wanted to apologize for all the times that I've called and looked for my wife, Lisa, because she's actually been with me the whole time. Okay?
Great.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Acknowledged. Alrighty.
Fucking Daniela. She's all great. Alrighty. Click. Oh, that's Scientology. Yeah, I fuck with her so often. She's fuck. I'm pretty sure Moneypenny's had enough of Frank. Well, I came up with this kind of new thing, right? Tax Max, that was like, every time somebody says Scientology, I prank call them, right? Like, and it can only happen one time in the stream. Whoever says it first, I'll just prank call them. Just real quick, be like, oh, somebody said Scientology, you gotta prank call Moneypenny. Yeah, to you too. I think they could have found some illegal substances. Yeah, absolutely. I think they could have found some drugs, probably some fucking shit that shouldn't have been there. Yeah. Yeah, we're all these people that were at David's birthday shit show. They're not showing up at jail for him to bail him out. No. No, they're not. Nobody's going to show up to bail David out of jail, you guys. They don't have the money. Nobody's going to be able to fucking make it. I know. Moneypenny lives at that desk, man. So I leased this from Scientology for $5 a week. David's not getting bail. No. Irie Dread, let's be real clear about this, okay? We're going to start wrapping up here. Go 4 more minutes. No, the phone lines are still up, Odinson. The phone lines are still up. No, but there is no bond in this. When you look at the charges, you guys, okay, when you look at Michelle's booking information, she's on a federal bond. Federal, no bond. Marshal, no bond type deal. When you're on a marshal, no bond, you're not getting out. Straight up, you're not getting out. With these charges, you guys, these are very serious charges. Let's go and wrap it up with this, how serious these charges are we're talking about with David. Okay, first off, we have forced labor. We know there was starvation going on. Sure is. Yep. Sure is. Jason Tattoo, yep. But we're talking about this cult leader named David. But hit that like and subscribe, Wody. We'd love to have you on, man. We're going to close it up with this. These charges that David and Michelle are facing right now. Yeah, it's called Charlie Says. Yes, that's the name of it. It's called Charlie Says. Yeah, the indictment, I read it out the other day too. I read it. It's online. Yeah, the indictment's online. Yeah, it includes everything. Everything we ever talked about, Irie Dread, the human trafficking, the forced labor. David was starving his cult members and then calling them degenerates for not making enough money, and it's all in text messages. Trust me, Irie, when I say these two shitheads aren't getting out, they're not fucking getting out, man. There's no way. The point to keep people like this incarcerated is because they're a danger to society. That is the goal when you incarcerate somebody, is because they're a danger to themselves and to society. But these people, Michelle and David, they're a danger to everybody else around them except themselves, because they've been living on this fat life, abusing people. The court and the judge, when they get up there, the judge is going to look at the charges and she's going to be like, you ain't getting out. Your ass is staying right the fuck where you're at. And until the case and we go to trial, you will be in a series of hearings, trial dates, settings, all this other good shit. Michelle and David's life will be now to a courtroom and to a cell, wearing shackles and handcuffs. Oh, you like my shirt too, Jim Jones? I wear all kinds of crazy shirts, man. I got some culty ass shirts, man. I wear cult shirts. This channel's about religious cults, man. I'm not religious though. I don't go to church, Wody. We're just here kind of trying to dissect it, man. And our first big kind of event happened with this cult that we've been talking about for the last 5 years and documenting. They got raided by the FBI on Wednesday, dude. Human trafficking, money laundering, conspiracy to commit money laundering, fraud, tax evasion. There's more charges coming, man. Once they unlock everybody's phone from this cult, there's probably about 20 or 30 phones in there. Once they get all the information from the phones, it's game over. They just got the main leader on Wednesday. Hey, what up, Kenny Tanner? How you doing, man? And they're both sitting in prison now. Oh, the Heaven's Gate? Yeah. So, yeah, that's... That's it, guys. That's it. We'll be keeping more up on David, you guys. Go do some family time now. Want to do a stream. And just kind of remind everybody the complexity of this court case that everybody's about to see. Woody. Hey, Woody. I just got done prank calling him, dude. I just got done prank calling him. You missed it, dude. But Moneypenny's sick and tired of my shit. She won't take my calls anymore, so... but I'm going to go do family time now, man. You guys have a good evening. Wody, hey, type, Wody, you want my view on Scientology? Type in, when you're done with this stream, YouTube, Catherine Crick, prank call Scientology. Okay? You want to laugh your fucking ass off, bro? Start there.